Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
वालेकुम सलाम।
Please let me know when we can start. Thank you.
Yeah, we're going to start soon. Thank you so much for your patience, everybody. Just give us a few more minutes. We'll let all the participants in and we'll start in just a few minutes. Thank you so much for your patience again. Okay, so good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all our SDGs aspirants who are joining us from all around the world today. I'm really happy to have you all on board. Welcome to day two of the Global Youth SDGs Summit 2026. Please have a big round of virtual applause. I cannot see any reactions yet. Come on, guys, show some energy. Please give a big round of virtual applause. Yes, that's like.
Now, wait, guys. If you thought last year was inspiring, just wait, because today we take things to the next level. So, before we dive in, let us start with a little motivation. Have you heard of the quote, do what you can with what you have where you are? And I think this quote resonates with me quite a lot because in the last few years, I have come to learn we need to maximize the resources that we have instead of mourning and crying over how little that we have. So maximizing resources over mourning over how little we have. Let us know in the comment section what you guys think of this quote. And Bhavna, what do you think?
I think that's a really powerful one. It tells us that change doesn't require perfection, it requires effort. And no matter who you are or where you're from, you have the power to make a difference. And that's exactly why we're here today to turn ideas into action and make an impact.
And turning ideas into action needs energy. And do you guys know what is energy?
Come on, Mohammed Ali, that's ability to do work, no?
Well, that's quite right, but that's for the physics students. For the SDGs aspirant, it is called the ability to turn ideas into action. So let's check in with the audience. What amount of energy does the audience bring to the table today? On a scale of 1 to 10, let us know in the comment section how excited are you for the day one of Global Youth SDGs Summit? And how about you, Bhavna?
Well, my energy is above 10 today because I'm the host, of course, and alongside I have my incredible senior and co-host, Mohammed Ali. Mohammed Ali is a recent graduate of Asia Science College, and he's currently pursuing his undergrad in the most prestigious University of Pakistan, LUMS, which is also sometimes known as the Harvard of Pakistan. LUMS is very selective, and I'm really proud to share that Mohammed Ali, a graduate of Asia Science College, is the only student from Mirpukhas who has made the cut to LUMS.
Well, thank you, Bhavna, for the warm introduction. That truly means a lot. Now, I have the pleasure of introducing my co host, Bhavna Khatri, who is currently a senior at AJ Science College. She has actively served in Global Youth SDG Summit as a board member since its establishment in 2022. And she's an incoming freshman at SUNY Binghamton University, which is a highly selective public Ivy university in the United States of America. Congrats, Bhavna.
Thank you so much, Mohammed Ali. Now, before we dive in, for people who are new here, let's talk about what GYSS is about. So, it started back in 2022 with a virtual conference. GYSS is not just a conference; it's a movement. Here at Aegis Science College, we're shaping active global change makers who go beyond borders to make an impact. And we are doing this in Sindh, which is one of the 5 states of Pakistan, where more than half of the population doesn't even know about the SDGs. So thank you for being here today. Thank you for your support. Your presence does make a difference. Over the past three editions, we've brought together incredible young minds, sparked meaningful conversations, and taken real action. And this year, we're going even bigger, better, and bolder. Now, before we kick off the session, let's quickly skim through the community guidelines. Mohammed Ali, can you help me with that, please?
Yeah, happy to help. So keep your microphones off at all times. Keep your cameras open so that it is better and engaging for everyone. Be respectful of the speakers and all the other attendees. Avoid interrupting or talking over other users. If you ever need to discuss anything or need to um, drop anything, any opinion, drop it in the chat box. Dress appropriately. Be on time for any activities or sessions, speaker sessions. Avoid distractions during the conference. Make sure you're not on your phone while anybody's speaking. If you encounter any technical difficulties, make sure you reach out to the technical team. You can check it in the participants list. You will find out who is in the relevant technical department. Follow any additional guidelines or instructions that are provided by the conference organizers. Make sure you are mindful of the time difference if the conference is held in different time zones, which is being held in different time zones. And I'm glad we have this sort of diversity. We have people from different backgrounds, and we are still being trying to make sure that everybody is mindful of these difference in time zones. And attendees are also expected to uphold a standard of respect towards all other participants, and any form of harassment or discrimination will not be tolerated. Any confidential information shared during the conference must be kept strictly confidential by all the attendees, and recording or screenshots of any kind is prohibited without the prior permission of the conference organizers and all the attendees involved. Thank you. Over to you, Bhavna.
Yeah, thanks for the community guidelines, Mohammed Ali. It's very important to follow these guidelines, everybody. And I can see some really good comments in the chat box. Mohammed Ali, can you also have a look at them? Some people
Yes.
say the energy level is 10,000 today, 10,000 on 10. Wow, that's amazing.
Well,
Our Josh meter is above 100, but want to make real impact. That's so cool.
that's indeed wonderful. I hope
10 plus, 10 on 10. Wow, amazing, amazing, guys. So before kicking off, let's do a quick welcome video. Tech team, please play the welcome video. Okay, I think there was some technical issue. Anyways, guys, until the tech team is on it, can you just let us know in the comments which part of the world are you connecting from? I see a lot of people have told that already, but for those who haven't, Pakistan, okay, Pakistan, Ethiopia, Karachi, Pakistan. Okay, I think Kashmir, most of the people are from Pakistan, I guess. Faisalabad, Kenya, Poland, Australia, amazing. Germany, wow, Nandini. Azad Kashmir, Pakistan, Central African Republic, India, amazing. United States of America, amazing, amazing, guys. Okay, so Mohammed Ali, can you also tell me how was your first time participating in GYSS? Like, what did it feel like when you first heard in Age of Science College GYSS is also a thing? And what was your experience participating in it for the first time? Mohammed Ali, are you there?
Yeah. Uh, that's actually a really good question, and I'd love to answer that. Well, coming to AJ Science College for the very first time, it was the concept of SDGs in itself was something that was very new to me, and to be able to join such a great movement was something that I felt is something that I need to do because Mirpur Khas in itself is a very underprivileged city that suffers a lot despite it being such a great agriculture city. So I felt that it is something that we need to talk about. And getting involved with Global Youth SDG Summit, getting connected to people nationally and internationally, it made me realize that these problems are not just limited to my city and they go beyond borders. These environmental problems, these sustainability problems do not have a border. They transcend the borders that we have for our countries. So this was very eye-opening for me, and I am glad that Global Youth SDG Summit was able to provide this insights to me. What about you, Bhavna? What was your experience like in Global Youth SDG Summit?
Honestly, I was the part of Global SDG Summit since establishment in 2022. Well, I think the tech team is there. So, can
Global
you
Youth
can we play
SDG
the
Summit में खुश
video from the
आमदीद।
beginning?
The theme was same intention, connection. Welcome to day one of Global Youth SDG Summit 2026 on interculturalism, where diversity is not just accepted but also celebrated.
Wow, that was just a short, little cute video, honestly. Mohammed Ali, what do you think of the video?
I think it was a wonderful video. It
Yeah.
gave me chills, and I think the tech team and the media team has beautifully captured the journey and the spirit of the Global Youth SG Summit in itself. Um, Huge thanks to the team for putting this together, and I just have to put it up there that we we agents or the agents in general have great editing skills, and they deserve a standing ovation for that. And
Yeah.
I think with that, we have had enough of chit chat. So, um, without further ado, let's welcome our first change maker. To kick off this incredible lineup, we have someone who is truly making waves in the climate action genre. So join me as we welcome Ziaur Rahman, who is the sustainability head at NUST, whose work focuses on embedding sustainable practices in education and innovation, driving impactful change in both campus and community. Over to you, Zia.
Thank you so much, Mohammed and Bhavna. It's wonderful to see both of you, and there are a lot of other faces that I've seen in person as well. So I'm really glad to meet you virtually. So let me share my screen with you. Please let me know if it is visible.
Yeah, it is visible.
It is.
So, yes, I hope now it's on the full screen, right?
Good to go, sir.
Okay. So, yes, thank you so much, first of all, for giving me this chance on this Global Youth SDG Summit. And I know AJ Science College that how amazing work that they are doing. I've selected this topic of fast fashion, particularly relevant to the SDG 12. So when I was thinking of that, I remember one of the participants reached out to me and asked that what will be the topic that you are interested in. So I thought of that why not to select something which is really relevant to the youth. So that's why I picked it up, the fast fashion. So what do you think before I start? If somebody from the participant can let me know what is the fast fashion? Anyone can unmute your mic and let me know. Sorry,
Recyclable clothing.
recyclable clothing. Okay.
I think fast fashion are like those brands produced in factories at a very large scale.
Yeah, very true. Very true. So yes, a lot of opinions about the fast fashion we have, and from the organization that I'm representing, National University of Sciences and Technology. So we have this honor that we have been selected as the hub chair of the world of SDG 12, which means that we lead the communication in terms of HEIs across the world. So let me tell you a little bit about fast fashion. So fast fashion is that you can see on your slides as well, that a rapid mass production of cheap clothing that copies trends. For example, let's say if you buy a mobile phone and after some time the company says that your version that you have bought is the old one, and all of a sudden you will have that thought that I need to get a new cell phone. So this feeling that that actually enhances all of the companies of more production, what it is causing, according to a research, almost 52 micro season per years are available. And what impact globally it has, like it's huge in terms of money that is involved. Industry have 1.5 trillion global market, and almost 40% of the clothes are those which we never wear again. So, and the stats you see, and particularly if we focus on the Pakistan, so almost 20 billion plus in fast fashion annually that we export to the world, just like Bangladesh also does, and we also have a bigger industry that exports globally. So, and also some of the big brands that you probably have heard of, so like H&M, Zara, and particularly other brands who have huge volumes, and even not only on the occasions but also generally there are a lot of volumes that they introduce on the monthly basis. Can you name any brand, by the way, which has like huge volumes?
Lamp,
Yeah,
outfitter,
outfitters. Yeah. Anyone outside from Pakistan?
Shein.
Uniqlo,
Yeah.
I've
Zara,
seen Timu.
Yeah. Sheen, you have seen
Pull&Bear,
on the screen. Okay. Yeah, but a lot of brands, Zara, H&M, Gap, you see a lot of brands. So how that whole scenario is impacting the ecosystem. So this huge footprint is actually causing and contributing towards the global emissions. 10% of the global emissions are coming from this sector, and 20% of the water pollution. So you can imagine that what kind of rivers or streams or lakes would be there which are being facilitated, are running besides those companies. So there is a very unique documentary of DW, which is on water and also on the textile. I would highly recommend that go watch that. It actually gives you the perspective that how textile sector is polluting the water. And if in terms of tons of waste we see, that is 92 million tons of waste that is being produced. And eventually, all of these emissions and water is polluting to the ocean and the marine life. And apart from that, eventually, that plastics, uh, microplastics are going into the food chain. So, this whole fashion industry not is just contributing towards the global emissions, towards the water pollution, enhancing the waste annually, and then is contributing towards the microplastic as well. So, and it is a rich industry, as I already have told you, that fashion industry emits more carbon than international aviation and shipping combined. So you can imagine that how big industry is that is, and how much we need to work on this. Okay, one of the main important thing or index that we measure the progress, that how this particular sector is dealing the humans. So these are some of the case studies that I mentioned on the left side. So you can see that in 2013, almost 1,134 garment workers killed, and name it, in terms of 85% of the workers are women earning below living wage, because there are a lot of expanded industry, and in that industry, so people are actually inhaling those microplastics and fibers, having no idea that what it will cause in terms of longer run, because all that industry is based in the developing nations. So, and 170 million children in the textile supply chain. So you can imagine that where are those labor laws and everything, and 14 hours plus daily shifts with a toxic chemical exposure. Uh, I happens to be working in the wastewater treatment facility at NAST. One of the hardest water to treat is the textile water, because it has the very pungent dyes to whom we can treat. So, from the participants, I would like to know before I move forward. So, do you have any example in your mind of any big textile player that has such a setup where you also see such examples? From anyone?
Yeah, can I respond? This is Amar
Y-
Jafri here.
Yeah,
Okay,
please.
fine. So I think the setup of textile you're talking about, definitely it was a big setup like this in Faisalabad. But I think recently, due to some shift from that place to different other Bangladesh thing like that, I think we will have to find it out now. But it's a big requirement, I must say. It's a big requirement.
True, Marja Fiza, thank you so much. So, yes, indeed, if we even compare with the Bangladesh as well, as you stated, so we really need to find out, so that the human cost is alarming. So we really need to work on it. So one of the component is that, if particularly if I focus on Pakistan as well, so one component, that is traceability, know your clothes. So I assume that a large portion of the participants are youth. So you must know these, that the shirt that you are wearing, what is the raw material of that, where it is being manufactured, what were the dyeing chemicals that has been used, and how it has been packaged, where it is from shipped and retailed. So when you have that whole traceability in your mind, then you will be able to act responsibly. So, and that traceability, actually, EU have taken it very seriously, European Union, and they have imposed the laws to the developing nation, and wherever they are getting the cloths, that they need to produce and show the traceability of the cloths, where these all these cloths are coming in from the developing nation. So, which is putting a very huge pressure on the Pakistan market as well, to have their raw material, manufacturing, dyeing, packaging, shipping, and all these processes to be streamlined, and to have their, blockchain and satellite monitoring. And then, in terms of fair trade, there are certain certifications that they need to get. And with this, that new wave of AI, so real-time labor violation detection is also needed. So, traceability is really important for the individuals, and for the companies it is like a paramount significance. So if you let's say if you pick five big players of Pakistan, Nishat, Gul Ahmed, Sapphire, anything, and you will find out that they have separate sustainability officers working on the traceability of it. And now, as they know that we have to comply by 2027, so they're very hardly working that how they need to map everything. So that is angle that you need to be very conscious. Now, what can you do at any level? Specifically, I would like to focus on the individual level. So, one thing is buy less. There's a rule, says the 30-year rule before purchasing, that if you really, would use that cloth, that shirt, or that jeans pant. So if you're going to use it for 30 times, then you should buy it. A lot of times, there's a research as well that the people only use 4 to 7 times, and then they, throw that cloth piece of cloth. So we need to be very conscious, because there is a whole chain that is being involved. And then there's a growing concept of thrift stores, and here in Pindi and Islamabad as well. So in the online presence as well. So, and there's a lot of market that is also available for the entrepreneurs to explore, that how that thrift market can also be grown. And then use Good on You app to check brands ethics. So a lot of time we have no idea that what we are wearing, just we are conscious about those brands. So we must need to have a research that what is good on the app. And then wash smarter. And then obviously it is really important that we boycott the greenwashers. A lot of times you see that the brands give you the cloth bag, but they charge you from the outlets. Have you experienced anyone from the audience? Have anyone experienced the greenwashing? No one experienced the greenwashing. So I take it as like whenever you visit any store, so they do provide you a bag, and what happens is that they take the price from you of that particular bag, so that, and they label it as plastic free, and they label it making the color of that whole bag is green. And then eventually you have no idea that how the traceability of a whole thing is working. And choose certified, then that is a very advanced stage for the organization specifically. So they need to check if you are an organization, and if you are going to be collaborate with another textile sector, so you need to check on the labels or the certifications. So the message is really simple. So future is yours. So the problem is really real, and it is probably the second most polluting issue on the planet, which means that these are the interconnected issues. And we really need to ask this question of traceability, that where they are getting, where their plants are, and what are they doing with their labor. And then I have a very strong hope that youth literally can drive this change, because you are the one who are making these choices, and these are the brands that you can actually make them compliant with the regulations, so you can reshape them. So there's this quote as well, that we need millions doing sustainability imperfectly, not a handful doing it perfectly. So that is a message behind that, that you are the one who actually can lead this change. So with this message I would like to end, and if there are any question I would be happy to take on. Thank you.
Yeah, if anyone has any questions, you can unmute yourself or you can just drop it in the chat. We'll be waiting for like a minute or two. Until then, thank you so much, sir, for the
I have
wonderful
a
session.
question. I have a
Uh,
question. Excuse
yeah,
me.
sure, you can go for the question.
Yes. The question is that, sir, Pakistan is a state where there are elite capture. So how will we save our country in the future? Because there are the parliamentarian support, the elite people, the tycoon, the business tycoons. So it is difficult for us to boycott these things.
So I take this question not from the political angle, but from, if you're talking about from the fast fashion angle, I would like to respond on this. That look, we are a big country, a country who has almost 67% youth population. A lot of time, whenever I sit in the meetings, in the conferences, I often heard the old people saying that our youth have immense potential. But when I came into this position and I got the exposure and everything, so I literally got to know, yes, our youth have a huge potential, which means that this large section of the youth can really tilt that, because as you mentioning, there are issues in the governance, there are issues as you have mentioned, but at your level what you can do, so that is of paramount significance. I would suggest that maybe from our level, at the institutional level, if we can do that, if we can act responsibly, and if we choose what we really need, then we can make a significant difference.
Okay, any more questions, guys? I can see a question in the chat box, sir. If you can go through the question Imtisal Sayyed has asked.
Sorry, can you read me? I don't have a reflection.
Okay, sure, I can read it for you. And by the way, guys, this is the last question that we're taking for now. We'll continue the questioning session after one more speaker. If a local village or city council doesn't have the budgetary power to fix its own water or schools, how can a national level promise ever be fulfilled?
So, yeah, if a local village or council does not have the budgetary power, so it is really important that we, again, that is also one of the questions that is relevant to the governance. So, if at the national scale, there are promises that are being made, one of the approach that I've seen that can bring a change, that is the community approach. I've seen that is in Hunza, Gilgit Baltistan, that how the local community actually work together before they wait for any response from the national, from the provincial scale. So I think that is the approach, the community led approach, that perhaps would be the best approach before you wait for the government that they act something or do something on the early warning systems, on the responsible consumption or anything. When you started making that change, and this Global Youth Summit is also one such example, doing it from Sindh, leading that change. So these are amazing examples. So I think we need to be the catalyst of change.
Thank you so much for the warm compliment, sir. And again, thank you so much for being here. We're very happy and honored to have you with us. And you're right, in Mirpakhas, we may not always have many resources, but that hasn't stopped young people here from trying to create change through SDGs. And we'd be really happy if in the future, we could explore a collaboration on a program together with Sustainable. Also, we are very proud that Asia Science College has been a pioneer in promoting sustainable development goals and empowering students to make an impact. And now, to show you a glimpse of this journey, let's watch a short documentary about our school. So, tech team, are we ready?
In the hearts of our community, AJ Science College has been shaping the minds of tomorrow. In recent years, a significant transformation has taken place, revolutionizing the way students learn and grow. Adopting a new curriculum has played a vital role in enhancing the learning experience. We've integrated practical learning, technology, and innovative teaching methods to prepare students for the challenges of the modern world.
Hello, my name is Kayla, a high school student at Asia Science College. I'm very much into learning about different new cultures and languages. And guess what? I had the incredible opportunity of spending a high school year in Japan as one of the 4 exchange students from Pakistan on full scholarship by AFS intercultural programs. As being a part of Asia Welfare Society, I actively work and volunteer in the field of sustainability and climate change. And recently, I had the honor of attending the Youth Assembly as the only delegate from Pakistan on a full scholarship in the United Nations headquarters, New York. For the future, I aim to contribute and give back to my school and community.
Hey everyone, this is Naveen, a senior at Asia Science College, Mirpukhas. I'm a recent internee from the KLS Youth Action Study Program United States, representing Pakistan in the United States, and especially giving presentation during the International Education Week. I'm right now involved in a couple of organizations. I'm an active member of Asia Welfare Society, and I'm the chapter head Mirpukhas for Youth for Human Rights International, while I'm an executive advisor at Impact in Global.
And that is all for today. So the club ends. I hope you all had a great time. So how did we get here?
Simple. It all started with a vision. A vision to foster growth, learning, and for the expedition of skills.
At AJ Student Society, student leadership is at the heart of everything we do. Every academic session, the principal selects new patron and chiefs based on students' active involvement from the previous year. Once selected, the chiefs send out applications for club's president roles.
The transformation at Asia Science College is evident in the confidence, skills, and global awareness our students now possess. Through career counseling, curricular adaptations, and co-curricular activities, and international exposures, we're not just educating students, we're empowering future leaders. This is Asia Science College, a place where dreams are nurtured and futures are forged.
Beautiful, beautiful documentary. I always fall short on words when describing this video, because like the last line mentioned, we do not just provide education, we empower and generate leaders. And that is so true, because AJ, the way it has counseled and the way it is trying to go global, so to make sure that education is not just limited to curriculum, but to make sure that the students are an all-rounder, in the sense they are involved in all sectors of the world. They are trying to make sure that the world becomes a better place for everyone. So our impact shouldn't just be to the city that we live in. It should be national. It should be international. And that is one thing that is truly wonderful about AJ Science College. And once again, thank you to the people who brought this all together into a single video format. This was such a wonderful video to look at. Once again, thank you so much. And with that, it is about time we introduce our next speaker. It is an honor to introduce Taimur Siddiqui, who is a globally recognized climate action leader, whose initiatives and advocacy have inspired communities and policymakers worldwide to take meaningful climate action. Over to you, Taimur.
Thank you so much, Ali, for the introduction. Well, hi there. My name is Tamur Siddiqui, and it's lovely to see you all here. Uh, it's quite nice to see the last presentation and how deep it was in order to make you people understand that how the climate change in the fashion industry is interlinked and how it is impacting us at the local, national, and international level. But for now, I'll try to make this session interactive since it's a quite a short one. I have three questions, and I'd like all of you if you can answer them. Can someone tell me what is the youth percentage of the total population of Pakistan?
May I answer?
Sixty-seven.
My okay, okay, okay. I would like to take it from you, but
Okay,
Amma Jafri
okay.
Saab, you are young, you are young at
Since
heart.
I know.
67%.
Since youth was silent, since youth was silent, so I can
Exactly.
please go ahead. Please go
But
ahead.
I have
Please
been
go ahead.
following you. You are very much young at heart, and the
Thank
initiatives
you,
that you have
thank you,
taken
thank
is
you,
quite
thank you, thank
commendable.
you, thank
Okay,
you, thank you.
okay,
Please
okay.
go.
Yeah, we can say because in the last presentation it was said in the 67%. Okay, can you tell me the numbers in millions that how many millions of the youth are in Pakistan, which is categorized? Oh wow, no idea. Okay, okay. I'll try to make it global into the next question. Oh, 120 now. Any other guesses? Hitesh, maybe you?
63 million.
63, no, no.
I guess it's
24,
63.
70.
no. Yeah, I'm coming toward. Yeah. Okay. I can see no idea. Okay. So in Pakistan, the number is 176 million of the youth, since we are 240 million, and out of that 176 million are youth. Now coming toward the globally. Okay, so since we are youth over here, my question is, can someone tell me what is the age bracket of the youth that is being defined by the United Nations? What is the age bracket of youth and also the adolescents?
15 to
Can I
29.
tell?
Now
Can
this
I
is a
answer this?
global question. Yeah, please raise your hand and you can intervene then. Yeah, please go
According
ahead.
to me, it's 16 to 24.
Okay, okay. And what about the adolescent? 15 to 24. Okay, that was for the youth. But how about the word adolescent? And do we have the any idea who are the adolescent? Since I believe most of you, if I'm not wrong, are the adolescent according to the criteria of the United Nations. 12 to 18, okay. Okay. Any other answer? Okay, I got Zebda. Zebda, you want to intervene? Please come in.
Yes, you asked about adolescence. So,
Yeah.
according to me, that age group from 10 to 19 years is referred as
Mm-hmm.
the adolescence. And
Mm-hmm.
you asked about the youth age by United Nations, that is around 15 to 24.
Okay, 15 to 24. That these are the right answer. But how about Pakistan? Now coming towards the national level, how about the Pakistan? Can someone tell me what's the age criteria of the youth? That is the age bracket that we have in Pakistan. Since most of the participants are from Pakistan, so I'm taking this question in. 16 to 95 can be taken. Sam, no, it's not Sam exactly. Uh, 15 to 28, no. Can we add one more last? 15 to 24, 18 to 25, no. We have a lot of answer. Okay. So the from Pakistan, in Pakistan, there are two criterias in which they counter. One is the 15 to 29, and the other one is 15 to 35. Because since in Pakistan we have varying cultures, we have ideologies, cultures, and existence, so we have different. Now coming towards the youth interventions, I'm going to make this question a global one. What is that one issue that we see is existing currently in the local communities across the globe? Either it can be any country, any part of the world, but the issue is very much common that is also existing in Pakistan or wheresoever you are joining from. Please take your time and come up with one community issue that is taking place.
It may be climate, related to climate.
Okay. Bhavna, yeah, you have raised your
Yeah,
hand.
I think I'd say we do not have access to quality education. And one more thing is we do not have access to good health, healthcare clinics or hospitals.
Okay.
Education too.
Can I answer?
Okay. Yeah, please come in.
Okay, so my name is Sarah Jangir, and I would say unemployment is the biggest issue we are facing right
Okay.
now.
Okay, we can add. Okay, Gambi. I think we have a hand has from Gambi. Cheryl.
Okay, we
G.
poor
Yeah,
waste
please.
management is one of the problem we face too.
Can you repeat it? I think I missed you there.
Okay, we have poor waste management.
Poor waste management. Okay, that can be a shame. Mobina. We'll go with Mobina, then Amna.
Thank you so much for giving me a chance to participate. I think from the Pakistan perspective, environmental pollution, especially.
It can be from any perspective, from any country, but it has to be the common one that is impacting the youth across the globe. And it has to be the local issue. Yeah. Okay, climate. Amna, I'll come towards you, then Rina.
Yes, and the plastic waste, I must say.
Okay, plastic waste. Okay, perfect.
I'm
Yes,
afraid
Amna.
it's unemployment because when students are educated and the quality of education is, I guess, that much low, they do not get any job. So it's some kind of frustration in youth, which I
Okay.
can see as a teacher
Unemployment.
as well.
Okay.
Can I say something?
Okay. Rina,
Yeah, thank you
I can
very
take
much.
this, the last one. Rina. Rina, are you?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay, so first, I'd like to give a
Reply.
very brief introduction about myself. So I'm Rinada Fakat, and I'm 15 years old, and I'm from Azad Jammu and Kashmir, Pakistan. Um, I think yes, all of the issues that have been mentioned, yes, they are present in Pakistan and obviously all over the world in many areas and many underrepresented regions. But I think, in the Sustainable Development Goals as well, I think, according to me, yes, climate action is important, health is important, but I believe that one of the most important goals is SDG 17, which is partnership for the goal. And that is, I believe, to me, that is the one way that if we are partnering, if we are collaborating, if we are working effectively, I believe that it
Perfect.
could make huge impact. It could be the solution to all of the
It
problems.
could be the solution. Okay, now
Yeah.
coming towards, since see globally, we if since in the age of the internet and connectivity, we got the idea that we are globally facing climate change issues, poor management issues, waste management issues, unemployment. But what the youth of the globe sees, that what could be the potential solutions that you people can, because in the next 10 or 20 years you would be at some place where you would be contributing to the global economy, or maybe you are still contributing to the global economy by the acts or by the projects that you have been leading or the work you are doing. But now I would like to hear about this solution. What can one unanimous solution that can be implemented in any community across the globe and cater this issue? Since we are only left with 5 minutes, so I'll be taking only four answers to this question. What can be solutions to these? But it has to be a unified, global, sustainable, and innovative solution to cater this problem. Please, the
In
floor is yours. You can
in
raise
my
your hand or
point,
intervene direct.
in my point of view, through community engagement, these issues
Tim.
can be solved.
Okay. Community engagement. Anyone else? Komal, please intervene. I think anyone else, if there is anyone who would like to intervene, we have 180 participants here.
May I please?
Yeah, please come in.
Well, first of all, I'm really glad to giving me the chance to do that. So, also, I think the first and the major change or we could take a solution is that we should go with awaring of people, since this is a This is one of our awareness session, we could say, where we are varying people or young passionate activists all over the world about the issues and problems we are facing, not only in Pakistan but all over the world. And that could be implemented in not in the young people and people like us, we already know about it,
Perfect.
but all
Yeah,
around the
this is
all around the
something.
world
Yeah, perfect.
at a high scale.
Yeah, so this is something that I wanted to listen. See, when we were talking about the problems, we had a lot of answers. We had a lot of interventions from the messages, texts, or people were raising it. But when it came to the solution, we never got that much of the ideas. We never got that much of the responses. Now, this is somewhere we are lacking. We talk about problems a lot. We because we know that this is existing. But when it came to the solutions, we lack there. Why we lack there? Because of the interconnectivity. We do not have the idea how to put up that problem and come up with this solution. So I believe this summit was the basis uh, of that intervention. That I believe it was the need of this uh, global summit, and how it was the need of time to connect all of you over here. And you come up when you came here, you had not that much of the idea, but with the information that is being poured in this global summit, you will be going from here with sustainable ideas, solutions, and innovation. My recommendation would be to try to make some new connections over here, maybe it in Pakistan, maybe across the globe, local, international, any, but come up with the solutions, because I know we have 177 people, different mind, different ideas, but when ideas meet connections, it creates sparks, and when sparks are created, we see that there is a lot of innovations and global sustainability projects that take place, and within the matter of the minute, it changes the world. So with this note, I'll thank you all of you. If you have any question, I'll take only two questions, then I'll end the session. Any question related to anything?
Can I
Okay.
talk, sir?
Okay, I'll take with Amna. I'll say Amna, and then one last question. Okay, Ziaullah. We can go with Amna, then Ziaullah. Okay, Amna, please, because
Well, thank
these
you
are.
for giving me that opportunity to ask a question. First
Hmm.
question I would really love to ask is that same question you ask us. What do you think that what sort of solutions and what sort of measures could be lead to overcome all of the problems we have been facing not only in Pakistan but all over the world? What do you think on it?
Yeah. So my answer is anything that is in your approach. For instance, for my example, my approach was that I sensitize youth. But when I started to sensitize youth, I had no vision in mind. I made a vision that I have to sensitize this much of the youth, then I have to convert in that policy. Now I can say that that work that we have done in the community level, we took the recommendation and then we provided that in the global policies. And then these policies are being adopted and then implemented in the different level, at the local level, at the national level. I work for the Prime Minister National Youth Council, so I provide my policy recommendation over there. At the international level, I work for the UNEP Youth Task Force, so I work over there as well. So the work that I started at the community is now being implemented in the shape of the policy. So it has to be the step that can be in your reach. I hope this answers. Ziaullah, last question, then I'll sum it up. Yes, Ziaullah, you can come in.
Thank you very much for giving me the chance that I should need to speak a little bit regarding your great talks that about the different community issues. Like mostly some of the colleagues or some of the participants, they have raised many problems or maybe the issues for the community. Like I just give you some suggestion because before I raise my hand back.
Just can you
Yeah.
please take the question, because we have enough time, very little time, so we have to sum it up. What's your question? You can
Yeah,
put
okay.
your suggestion in the comment box.
Like there are different issues, but I have just only one question regarding
Yeah.
the general question, like the how can the local communities to be empowered to create the sustainable income opportunity without depending solely in the external aid.
When we are talking about local communities, we have to look out for the connectivity. For instance, if we are living in a local area, we would be seeing that we depend on one another. For instance, if we need to buy milk, we need to go to the grocery, we need to buy vegetables, we need to depend on one another. Now, when we connect with people, this is something then that can allow the communities to interconnect with each other and create an economy or a small medium enterprise or a system that can interconnect and support each other. There are thousands of examples across the globe that can be taken over there, and there are even countries that are surviving through the same model. They are not depending on the foreigners, but they are creating their own domestic products, and then they are using it. So this would be my answer to that. With this note, I'll finish it up. But I think there was, how do we move the conversation from the webinars for expert to town hall meetings for citizens where they are translated into legal. uh, I would say this was by Imtisal. So, Imtisal, the tool of intercultural communication. This is something that you can use, because from my experience, what I can say is intercultural communication is something when you blend with people, when you use their communication and their cultural aspect is something that can impact people, that allows the people to open for yourself, and then it allows for come up with ideas and indigenous knowledge as well. So yeah, with this knowledge and with this intervention, I'll say thank you to all of you and over to the moderators. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tamur, for your time. Now, joining us is Bisma Kamar. She's a dedicated youth leader representing Pakistan at the USA National Youth Council. Bisma brings a strong voice for youth engagement and national development on international platforms. And I must say, Bisma has been a great support for AJ Welfare Society and the Global Youth SDGs Summit. Thank you so much, Bisma, for joining us again today. Over to you.
Hello, everyone. Firstly, thank you so much for having me. And before I begin with anything, I'm just so proud to see such talented young minds here all together in this Global Youth Summit. So, first of all, congratulations to the entire team, your efforts, and for everyone who participated. That just shows that how dedicated you guys are all. And it's truly commendable. So, once again, guys, my name is Bisma, and I'm currently representing Pakistan as their official representative for youth to the United Nations headquarters. And I basically represent their US chapter as well. So any opportunities, basically bridging Pakistan and US and the UN, that is something that I've been doing. It's been almost 2 years that I've been a part of this journey as well. And I'm originally, and I was born in New York and I grew up there, but I actually made this decision when we talk about today's topic, interculturalism. So I think that it's a topic very close to my heart because I've actually lived this example. I was born in New York. I grew up, and when you're in a different country, you are, sensitized to a very different culture and a way of working. But I just had something, in my mind that I really want to go back to Pakistan and kind of do on ground work over there. And that's when I decided that I will shift. So even currently, right now, my parents and my siblings, they're based in New York, and they're working, they're living there. But I've started working in Pakistan, and now I live here. So most of the months I'm here, you'll find me across Karachi, Lahore, Islamabad, and the rural areas as well. And I'm working towards basically women and youth empowerment. So that's just a little overview. And the purpose that I gave this overview was also because you guys are so talented. I would love that any students, they have always been in touch with me. I've even met them. They actually came to the city to one of my event as well, like an entire class of their students with their professor. So one thing I can truly say is that interculturalism is something that we often overlook. We're often so busy looking at the bigger horizons. Okay, what is, like, I was hearing all the presentations and they were so amazing as well. And one point I'll pick up, that we always have this thing, okay, what if we do something, what would be the impact of it, right? Because every problem, every solution that we give is just at an individual level. And I get this question a lot, and I'm sure you guys have this in mind, okay, what would our individual role be? But when we talk about individualism, that is exactly the first step of interfaith harmony, actually promoting cross border culture and much more towards empowerment. Because if we do not know that what the other person is actually perceiving, how can we actually include them, right? And I think this is the first step in understanding that, interculturalism or empowerment actually comes from one word, and that's inclusion. And I would like to actually take any volunteer here who can probably raise their hand, open their mic, and tell me that what does the word inclusion mean for you?
Couldn't hear you
Do
well.
we have any volunteers?
May I speak, please?
Yes, for sure. Please.
Yeah, so I'm Suhana from India, and according to me, what inclusion means is that everyone is included, no matter what their religion is, what their from where they belong, or what their caste, or any of the positions does not matter, but they are included no matter what they, no matter whom they belong from.
Can I also join? I'm Nishwa from Pakistan. In Pakistan, I'm from Karachi
Hello.
and I'm working for women's rights in Pakistan. So inclusion would be for me is like there should be no discrimination among different ethnicities, whether it's Indian, Afghani, or Pakistani. Like all different communities should be allowed to do everything, allowed to do they should be allowed to participate like this way.
I think
And
absolutely spot on. Yes, please. I would love to hear more from you guys.
and
I'm
I would
reading the
like to
chats as
include a
well.
point that inclusion
Yes.
making makes sure everyone is welcomed respectfully and given equal chance to participate, no matter their background, their religion, or their social status, or their country where they are belong from.
Lovely. I think it's very, very well said by all of you. And the reason that I asked you this question is because, honestly, when we're on this path that we really want to, do something, right? We're very passionate about it. And the first question that comes in that how to go about it. Because the awareness level is very much there, right? I'm sure everyone knows that, what impact they could bring. What are the challenges that you face actually even in your surrounding, right? But the initiation part actually often gets left behind because we don't include others. We're often so busy lobbying ourselves, even if I talk about, gender, right? So at times we're so focused just on, this is a woman empowerment initiative. This is just for males. This is just for people from, Pakistan, from Sindh, from, this ethnicity and so forth. And I think a lot of potential, a lot of innovation is lost in this process because we often don't even think about that. What could the other person bring on the table? And one thing is that we're always so, very so used to being the first to change. But there's beauty in being the first, but there's much more beauty in actually being the first of many, right? Including others and enabling the path for others is actually what really, really means. So I see a few hands which are risen. For example, Muniba Fatma, I would love to take your comment before I move further.
Thank you so much, Vesma. This is Movina. Uh, first thing first is that, as a fellow partner just said, that inclusion actually means welcoming everyone, include everyone without any discrimination. But at the same time, as you are saying that, yes, we do talk about inclusion, but we also face some challenges. We Because there are so many barriers when we talk about inclusion. That can be the social barriers, the cultural barriers, but still, I think inclusion is the need of time uh, s- in all institutions, especially in education, because I am dealing with education, and I think that in education we have to be welcoming. We have to handle the diverse learning needs. We have to give the equal opportunity, especially for our marginalized communities. And we have to make the physical accessibility for the students. And thank you so much. This is such an interesting and productive summit. I am enjoying from the very beginning of the session. Thank you so much, Bisma.
Thank you so much, Mubina. I really loved how you contributed and added a point. And just stemming onto your point and a question in the chat box that how can we ensure that, all these things that we talk about, inclusion, interculturalism, empowerment, is not just, something that we're talking about and, 2030 becomes the next 2045 agenda, right? Because, of course, before the SDGs, we actually had like goals before that. And I'm sure you guys are familiar of the history. And then they weren't met. That is why the 2030 agenda and the SDGs actually came into a view, right? But, stemming from an individual point of view and actually seeing the system, I honestly believe in one thing that, and this is something we all should remember, that these social barriers, they're always going to be there, right? Unfortunately, fortunately, all the barriers when we talk about access to quality education, climate, any even basic resources, they unfortunately will be there. But there's one thing that's the only thing that's in our hands that we can remove, and that is the cognitive barrier, the mental barriers that we carry. Because honestly speaking, if we just shift our mindset, right, that what is in our control, what can we influence, that is when things become much more easier, because then you start focusing on not the challenges, but actually seeing between the lines. And we often live in a society and in unfortunately times that we're even facing a lot of as you guys know, these global wars and all these crises. So a person thinks that you know yeah so a person thinks that we're so demotivated, how can we actually overcome this on an individual or regional level, right? But one thing I would really like to emphasize here is that there's a concept, and it's a framework by Stephen Covey. You guys can search it up as well. And he talks about the circle of influence. So in that framework, it comes back to all the questions that you guys probably thinking, that some things are not control, but we can influence them by our inner being, our mind change as well. So maybe, of course, when you start tapping into different spaces, you can actually, think about that people will not include you. Because inclusion, someone just said, is an impossible task, right? And I completely agree with that. Because you can't really change everyone's mindset. You can't change the mindsets of every place, every region. But one thing that you can do is that you become so self-aware of your own self that if I talk about anyone, I see like a name, Akshara Kumari, right in front of me, a beautiful young lady. So I see a participant and I'm using your name because if Akshara, you're thinking, for example, what can I do? I just, let go and be like, oh, this is not going to happen. What you can do is that you can become so self-sufficient and aware that you're whenever you speak with rational, and you speak with confidence that and you're so convincing the other person in front of you, right? And then it's up to them. They listen, they do not. Social responsibility is the first part. What do we preach? What do we believe? And what is something that we do for others around? So this is how it's supposed to be. And before I know this is a short session, I'll take one more question before we go on to the closing part. Would anyone like to volunteer?
I can see a hand raised. Ramisha Shamsi. You can ask the
Yeah,
question.
yeah. Hi, Ramisha.
I think Ramisha is facing an issue. Mohammed Ali, you
I,
can take over.
yeah.
Okay, Bisma, are you done with your presentation, or do you have some closing comments to add?
No, I think I would just really like to, close it with one line and take one question. So firstly, honestly, one
Um,
message that I would really give to all
I
of
would
you.
love to ask you a question, like if you would allow me to ask.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Please go
All
on.
right. Yeah, I am Suhana again from India, and the question I wanted to ask, the question I wanted to ask was like, um, uh, is that what is a personal experience of yours, like where you have felt your belief system has helped you overcome a challenge to find peace? Since it is our topic is related to intercultural.
A challenge to find, sorry?
Yeah, what is the personal experience where you felt your belief system has helped you overcome a challenge or find peace?
Okay. So I'll definitely share this that, when I started my volunteer work, I actually moved countries. So that was something that, everyone told me that, you're making a mistake because everyone told me that, for someone who's wants to work in Pakistan, so, you would never settle in, you would not never, fit in with the culture and it's just a waste of time. So this is like the comments that I always used to get. But I was just so firm onto this thing that, no, I actually want to explore myself because I really want to do this because I believe in my own self. And when I actually came in this system, I started doing this on ground work. Of course, I was often the youngest in the room, probably the only female in the room, and probably not even taken for serious because people were like, oh, she's an overseas Pakistani. What can she tell us about Pakistan, right? So these were the things that I always faced. And these social barriers really, took a toll at times that, okay, how should I respond? But instead of actually, taking a toll and demotivating, I started believing that, Bisma, if there's an idea or if there's a passion that kind of keeps you up at night and keeps you thinking, so maybe that's something that you can do and you could do it, right? Because if it's in your mind, if an idea crosses, that means it's for you to do, right? So you have to have that self belief that whatever passes is for you and it's more like a responsibility. So I started doing this as more of a responsibility, as my role that, probably when I leave the world, what will people remember Bisma for? Would they remember me that, oh, probably I had a lot of, bank balance, or would they remember me for probably creating an impact in any way? So that was something that made my belief. And I think fast forward when I got this role as being Pakistan's representative, I just looked at myself and I thought that my self belief is something that I should appreciate because the comments around me never appreciated me, right? So you should pat your own self at times. And that's my last message I would like to give to all of you. You guys are your own supporters and don't look left and right because people will always have something bad to say as well.
Uh, yeah, I completely agree with you because I am like from Pakistan, and you know how misogynistic Pakistani like society is. And I am like doing volunteer work since like almost 2 years in like different NGOs of Pakistan and like different cities, like not in foreign countries, but still I can literally feel the discrimination and the gender bias, especially, and gender bias and like caste discrimination as well. So I just would like to say that as well. You have to believe in yourself, that you have to create an impact for the society and for yourself, so when you like die, when you leave this world, so people will remember you as a good person, that you finally
Yeah,
did something for them.
exactly. Spot on. And thank you so much for, listening and joining. So over to you, to the organizing team. Thank you so much once again, everyone. Lovely to be connected.
Thank you for gracing us with your presence. It is always wonderful to have you here in our conferences. You always try to come up with something new to add to our conversations, and we are looking forward to many more years of collaboration and working together. Thank you for giving us your time.
Thank you so much, and good luck to the entire summit team and all the participants.
Thank you. And with that, we would like to move on to the next speaker. So join me in welcoming Rumail Shahid, who works for team leadership and currently is the team lead at Khudi, which is a content creation platform and is also part of Foster Learning. So over to you, Rumail.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. कैसे हैं आप लोग? How are you everyone? I hope people are good over here. So before starting, I'll say a couple of traditional and typical lines that every guest says. That first of all, thank you so much for having me over here. Number one, and number two, I'm really glad to talk all the people that we are having right now in this meeting. I guess for the next 10 to 15 minutes that we have together, I like you guys speaking more rather than me. We have two options. One, I keep on speaking this, that, these are the problem, these are the solution, these are the things I'm working on. But at the end of 10 minutes, you will say, okay, another one came, talked to us, and left away. So it's important that we keep it interactive. So guys, get something out of it after the 10 minutes. I'll start with telling you about myself. So my name is Rumel Shahid. I'm from Lahore, the capital of Punjab, Pakistan. And I have been working in the field of training and development, especially in universities and primarily in schools as well, in which we used to conduct training programs regarding entrepreneurship and leadership skills. We have done university sessions in around 65 universities across Punjab, KPK, and Karachi as well. The main focus that we had from the very starting, that how can we integrate the seed of entrepreneurship in university students and people back in the schools, because we see people in the West, when entrepreneurship came over there, so they have it in the curriculum of their schools. So from the school time, they start learning entrepreneurship, they start getting their kids into entrepreneurship. But here at our side, especially in Pakistan, and I don't know much about the Sindh part, but here in Punjab, the Pakistan, the Lahore side, you complete your graduation, then you look forward towards that you want to do an internship, you want to do your own business, you want to go for a job. So it's very important that we start taking our options earlier before going towards what we want to do later in the life. I have a couple of things that I want to talk to you about as well, but before that, I like to know that, but are we having people over here? Are you Gen Z? Are you guys in between the age group of 12 to 18 or 19, or are we having people elder to it as well? If you are hesitant to speak, you can just type in the comments and I'll read from there. 19, okay, perfect. Gen Z. So right now, perfect, I get that. Right now, the thing that I'm doing, its name is Khudi. So you might have seen stand-up comedy events happening too much in India. Like it's like on next level. First came West, then came India, and Pakistan is very much lesser, especially in open mic events and stand-up comedy, poetry, storytelling, startup events. We're not having that much of interconnected people here in Pakistan. So the Khudi, the thing that we're doing, we conduct events of different disciplines. People come in there and talk about what they have. And right now, what we are dealing with is mostly Gen Z, because we need to hire in our team as well. And there are a couple of issues that are especially with Gen Z, as the millennials think that it is with them. I know people before us used to think that we are the main issue, but now, right now, we are passing the legacy to you guys, that you are kind of a bit irrational, not going the way we used to do things. So talking about that, a couple of things that we think that are related to Gen Z, that Gen Z is very much kind of people who want to flex what they have. They want to have more followers, more likes, more comments on their posts, and they want so that they can go out and flex that we have this much people following us, we have this much people liking what we do. And at the end, we have seen a lot of people going into the side of content creation. I understand this thing, that our curriculum that we have been taught in universities and schools is quite outdated. My father studied the same book that I had studied 10 years earlier, and still my younger brother will study the same book again. So there's not much change in the whole curriculum, and it's like a building that is bound to fall someday. And I hope this building of universities and schools with old curriculum falls as early as possible. And with all this happening, the Gen Z really wants to, because now it's quite interconnected. Like we used to study in our school times, that internet make the whole world a global village. Right now, you can see by sitting in your own, because I am in Lahore, you guys are in different parts of the world. Like metro class is around, I guess, more than 1,000 kilometers from Lahore. And I can tell you what I'm doing right now, and you can tell me what you're doing right now in your space. So right now, you are seeing people doing multiple things across border, in the cities, outside the cities. So there's a gap which needs to be filled, and it can only be filled when you guys take the responsibility, which is very much important as well. And you guys hand you the responsibility in a better way, which sometimes we are not doing enough, and sometimes you guys are not taking that much in a good way. But what we have over here, we want to do less work. We want to enjoy the time that we have. We want to post more pictures on Snapchat and do more pictures on Instagram. And we cannot blame you guys for that as well, because when you see people around you, the majority of people are doing the similar things, and you have to follow that path to become one of those. Taking a path that not many people are taking on, it's kind of difficult, because the peers that you have around you, the family that you have around you, and you can talk about people from the family, from the friends, from the circles, are not very much out. They don't think very much out of the circle. So it's important that we keep things into the line so that we keep on doing things that are recommended as well and that are needed. Alongside this, what I want to share over here is that we have a lot of problems right now in Pakistan, outside Pakistan, and in every country that you can see, they have a lot of problems, starting from water, electricity, gas, internet, mass transportation, good food, healthy food, vegan food. We have a lot of problems. But you guys were like, if I get an option to do what I want to do again, I'll be very much happy to go back to the age when I was 15, 16, because at that time I was having my full energy. I know what I can do in a good way, but right now I'm kind of very much in comfort. I'm still doing things that I want to do, but if I was in a younger age, I could do things in a more better way or with more energy. Right now, you have the best energy that you can have in the longer run as well. So try to talk about solutions. When you're sitting in a group of 5 students or 6 students or 7 fellows, try to talk about solution. If you think that your the city you're living in have a problem of misogynist people around you, have a system of people around you are not very much welcoming, are not very much welcoming to a female, are not very much welcoming to men people around them, are not very much welcoming to the young people taking the stand. So you need to keep doing it, because if you left that space as well, people will come in again. 10 years back, someone will come again, and he or she will say the same thing, that the society right now is not very much welcoming. It's not very much welcoming to us. We want to do good things. So you need, it's kind of a responsibility that goes with you, right? Because right now there are two things that we say, that ignorance is a bliss, or ignorance is a crime. So right now you have information. So right now ignorance is kind of a bliss for you and kind of a crime for you as well. Because when you know about a couple of problems, then you keep on thinking about them. So it's better to put it away and start talking about the solutions. Like how can we fix them? Because we believe, especially Pakistanis believe, that America will come in to solve our problems. Some aliens will come in to solve our problems. But unfortunately, it's not going to happen. We will live. We have to live the way we are living, and we know that the member of National Assembly that we are having in our country, or members of provincial assemblies, are not going to solve our problems. So entrepreneurship is that gift of God that helps us, and that gives us an opportunity to do what we really want to do right now. I have been to Meeper House once a couple of years back. I still remember it was some good times. I cannot remember the name of every person I met over there, but there were some good fellows. I had Naveen, Kiran over there, and a lot of people were there. And right, I become a fan of the school. The Hitesh was there as well. I just saw a crown from Hitesh. So there were a lot of people who had good energy. Bhavna was there as well. Thank you for liking it, so I can take your name as well. So when I came back to, I have lived my whole life in Punjab, and right now even I can see 5 years ahead as well. We are taught to just stick to the curriculum. But when I came to your school, I guess you guys are doing wonderful job. Daniel is doing a wonderful job. You guys know a lot of languages. You guys have been to foreign tours as well. Amazing work that is being conducted in Meeper Khas. I will be in Meeper Khas a couple of after Eid al-Fitr as well, and I'll be happy to meet you guys again. Looking forward to that. But right now, the main focus for us and for you, Gen Z, the brilliant Gen Z that we have over here, is just talk about the solutions. Your family, your father, your mother, your khala, khalu, whatever you have in your relations, and when you come to your friends, everyone will talk about problems. We have this, we have that, we have this, we have that. Just integrate right now. If you are going to sleep in the next 10 to 15 minutes, just talk to yourself that what are the problems that I face today? And as someone of my similar age will face the similar problems, what can he or she do to solve them? And right, and the next day you can just post a blog, and you can record a video, and you can just publish it. In the starting, you will not get that much of solving, or you will not get that much of appreciation, but down the road you will get what you will want to have. We also have this saying in Islam that a lot of things, especially the results, are not with us at the end of the day. What we have is that we can put our effort, and the rest we can leave to Allah Almighty or whatever we have right now. That you can take, you can do your job, and you can leave the rest for them to do what they want to do. So this is all that I have for the day. Looking forward to I will be in Sindh in the next in after Eid al-Fitr. We will be visiting Hyderabad, Mir Prokhav, and Karachi, and might be Sakhar as well. So I hope to meet. I guess we have more audience from Sindh, so we'll be happy to meet all of you guys over there as well. And uh, I have something. I hope as we have more people from Sindh right now, so I have a line. I don't know much about Sindhi language. Sorry, I missed what you said.
I think that was just a mistake from our random
No,
party.
no worries. Okay, the last couple of lines that I'm going to say for the day. I don't know much about Sindhi language, but I have something written. I copied from Meta in Sindhi. So if I made a mistake, just bear with me. So it says, "Khayal rakjo, aho mazi ma mazi di kam kando raho." So in English, it means what does it mean? I don't know. It meant keep up the good work and God bless all of you. So thank you so much again for having me, and I wish all of you guys all of the best for what you have right now in your careers. And I will make sure my kids become the same guys like you are right. My kids do the same thing that you guys are doing right now. So thank you so much and
Thank you so
धन्यवाद.
much, Shumel. That's really sweet of you. And especially the Sindhi part was amazing. Thank you so much for your time. You're always so supportive, honestly. Now we have Iza Zainab Siddiqui. She's an international employer branding consultant and corporate trainer. She works at the intersection of purpose, culture, and economic growth, advising organizations on building workplaces that people choose and stay for. Iza is known for her bold perspective on purpose over happiness, challenging leaders and young professionals to rethink what decent work truly means in today's world. Iza, can we have you on board?
Hello, yes, thank you for having me here. So I am Iza Zainab Siddiqui, and I'm happy to be here today to talk to all of you wonderful young people. And I was here for the last two talks also, and I had a really good time listening to both of them. So wonderful, wonderful work to the organizing team. Kudos to you guys for organizing something so meaningful. A little bit about me is that I'm an employer branding consultant, which basically means that I work with organizations in order for them to attract the right talent for them. And not just that, but also for them to retain it and to make it productive so that that has a positive impact on the business itself. There's a lot more about me that I could be talking about, and I saw that that the past two speakers did give more intro about themselves in terms of their personal story. But I am gonna try and talk about the problem, and then I'll see if I can fix my personal story within those points. So I'm sure that most of you, when you thought about, oh, what kind of a career do I want, you were you were posed with this question: what makes you happy? What is your purpose? What are you passionate about? Am I right? Can I see some show of hands? All right, cool. Yes, that is exactly what I was asked as well. What are you passionate about? The problem with that is that we idolize people who get successful individually. The success stories that we see, and I'm going to get back to the question again, are the success stories that are of individuals. An entrepreneur who started their business from a garage, someone who disrupted the entire industry by bringing one amazing idea, right? Um, we even remember names of individuals. We do not think about the other people who are said to be the clogs in the system, because of whom the system is actually running, the employees, right? So all of these success stories, when we're asked this question, what are you passionate about, what do you love to do, what makes you happy, we start to think, oh, so we have to come up with something so big and amazing and just completely daze this person who's questioning us, that they say, oh, this is going to be the next Bill Gates. this guy over here, oh my God, he's going to blow us away with this amazing idea, and this person is going to disrupt the industry. Now, the problem with that notion is that while we are idolizing all these individuals, we are taking away from something very, very important, which is the community. Yes, these people are amazing. Yes, they have amazing ideas. But what about the community? What about the other people in the system? My talk today is going to be around SDG 8, which talks about decent work and economic growth. And I'm going to bring in my own perspective as an employer branding consultant, I've worked with many organizations, international and nationally in Pakistan as well. And I'm going to talk about one very important aspect of it, which is individualism, and how that is really corroding our nations and the world itself, and how we need to step away from it and move towards collectivism. So in my tenure of 10 years with organizations, one thing that we do with them is called an employee engagement survey, right? What is an employee engagement survey? Employee engagement survey is a survey run within the organization to find out what motivates the employees, what engages them. So basically, how can we make them more productive, to see if there are any cracks in the system and how we can, build upon them. Now, the one thing that I noticed was that as the years pass by, these surveys are actually getting more and more individualistic. And so we ask questions like, what motivates you? What brings you to work? How can we make your work even more meaningful? None of that has to do with the overall structure of the world, of the workspace, where you have your peers as well. No, nobody asks about that. And that is where the problem is. Now, you young folks are going to be entering the workforce. I don't know, maybe some of you are already in the workforce. So, one thing that I really want to nail down over here is that while decent work and economic growth is an SDG, and United Nations has taken this up and many organizations are working on it, it is not, it is, yes, that's true. A lot of them are made using AI. It is not just the responsibility of the organization or the government to make your work decent. So think of it from the perspective of psychological safety. When you go to your workplace, the first thing, and there has been research done on this, the first thing that really matters to an employee is the culture of the organization. And you have people coming from different cultures, from different backgrounds. I am a mother of 3 kids. I cannot do the 9 to 5 thing, right? So my organization gave me this you could say liberty, that I could choose flexi timings. Now, if the culture was toxic, the people in my organization could have been telling me that, listen, this is wrong. We are also going to talk to HR to give us this policy that we want flexi hours. But they did not. So that created a certain psychological safety, because they understood that, okay, this is our peer and she needs this because she has 3 kids. And this is how we need to behave in order for the workplace to be sustainable, right? To be able to have a culture of growth, right, and teamwork. So all of this is to tell you that, what does decent work mean? Decent work means not just a job, because a job could exist and still create toxicity. A job could exist and still create unemployment. It could create exploitation. But when you have decent work, it means you work with dignity, you work with a sense of safety, stability, and then you grow as a community, right? You give back to the society and the community itself. So I'm going to end my talk with this, that when you try to find meaning in work or in life, because we are living in a world where there is chaos everywhere, let's make it our responsibility to think from a perspective of community building. Don't just think about yourself, even when you're choosing a career for yourself. Ask yourself, what could I be doing in order to create more jobs, in order to be creating meaningful work and a workplace that is healthy for growth for everybody. So yes, I'm going to end my talk over here and see if there's any questions whatsoever. I only had 10 minutes, which is why I kept the personal story to myself. Maybe some other day. Yes, Suhana.
Um,
Um,
I'm just sorry for interrupting. Could we take the questions
Yes.
in the comment section because we need to move on to the
I'm so
next
sorry.
speaker.
I can't hear. Muhammad Ali, are you saying something?
Yeah, I was saying I'm sorry for interrupting, but can we take the questions in the comment section? And if you would be able to answer those questions in the comment section because we need to move on to the next speaker. That would be
Absolutely, absolutely. Why not? Let's do that.
thank you, Isa, for joining us today. You have added wonderful insights to the discussion. So
Thank
yeah,
you.
thank you for
Thank you.
gracing us with your time.
Thank
Um,
you. Thank you so much.
with that, we are about to move on to the next speaker, who I, for one, was waiting for from a long time because I am personally very excited to hear from him. So join me in welcoming Ali Shamroz, who is a senior officer, corporate engagement and environmental education program at WWF Pakistan, and he's also a youth ambassador. So, Ali, over to you.
Hello and assalamu alaikum everyone. Hope you all are doing great. Am I audible to everyone? A quick thumbs up, please. Great, that's nice. So, guys, to be very honest, it is such a pleasure and an overwhelming experience that I'm talking to such a dynamic and fresh and active audience. And I'm glad to see all your responses. So, of course, I'll try my level best to be brief and crisp, but of course, taking your precious time to deliver some important guidelines to all of you guys. So, a brief introduction. Apologies that I'm unable to switch my camera on. There are some technical issues, so please bother with that. Hope you all understand. So, guys, my name is Ali Shamroz. I'm working at WWF Pakistan as a senior officer looking after corporate engagement and environmental education program. Two main very immersive, very impactful domains that I look after. And I'm based in Karachi, of course, but I look after the entire South region, which includes the Sindh and Balochistan, all the cities that are present here. Okay. And a very important, I would say, or a very fascinating fact about this journey or this part of my life is that I started working at WWF as an intern, as a student ambassador, right? And today, on this date, I am leading those campaigns, those activities that I once was a participant of. Okay, so of course, that's a journey. That's a personal and professional journey that has, of course, helped me grow as a better person and a better professional as well. So, of course, that's a guideline that how, if you are passionate, if you are innovative, if you had that courage, so of course you can go to places and of course you can make a difference. Okay, so I'll be sharing a brief slide deck with all of you. I'll not be going monotonous. I'll be going very quick over the slide deck and I'll try my level best to be as short and crisp I can. So if anyone can enable the screen sharing, it will be brief, guys. So of course I can do that as well. Okay. So guys, I basically work for environmental education. Okay, we all know that the entire country, if you talk about the all the countries, they are facing issues. For example, pollution, let's say, climate change, global warming, ozone depletion, let's say, improper waste management. These are some of the issues, some of the potential issues which everyone is facing, right? And we are almost every time crying and whining that there are so many problems in our country, and let's move outside. There are so many problems in terms of electricity, let's say, or gas, or let's say any other issues that we are facing on a regular basis. So as long as you guys are living here, so it is our utmost responsibility to take care of our environment. Am I right or wrong? Can I have quick thumbs up, please? Okay, okay, that's great. That's great that you all are listening to me. So, guys, we cannot blame the other stakeholders that it's the responsibility of the public sector, let's say, or the private sector, or the government that has to work, or the corporates that have to work. It's the responsibility of everyone, and we would really focus that everyone can work and participate and come forward. And I'm glad to share that with the passage of time, I have seen that in every domain, youth is coming forward with amazing ideas, with impactful stories, and they're making a real difference. So kudos to the youth that is, of course, present here. It's because of you we are trying our level best, pushing the boundaries, and of course, trying our level best to aim for a cleaner, a greener, a healthier, and a sustainable future for everyone, which is, of course, everyone's dream, right? So, can I change the slide, please? I'm unable to do so. Yeah. Next. So, guys, what happened is that here at WWF Pakistan, I am trying.
Okay, online application,
Just ignore the election rules. You can go on. There was an issue. A random participant spoke.
ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है. Okay, so change the slides, please. Okay, so guys, this is what I'm doing with the help of youth development. I look after multiple initiatives in which I try my level best to engage with the students, not only through theoretical knowledge for that matter, but also with some hands on experiences, with some hands on activities, especially within the local communities. Because I just said say a small thing that our strength, WWF is the world's largest nature conservation organization. Okay, but at the same time, it is a not for profit body as well. Okay, so our slogan is that of together possible. Okay, so we are working for environment. I know in this, I guess you all will agree, and you all can give me a thumbs up if you agree to this, that in this fast paced and tech driven and competitive era where everyone is focused on, let's say, health or their education or their lifestyles or about their job opportunities or their other career facilities, but little or no emphasis is given to the environment and sustainability. So how many of you agree? Please raise your hands. Please give a thumbs up. Yeah, so that's why we are working. We are trying our level best to work with the communities. We are trying our level best to engage with youth, connect youth with the communities, because they are the ones who are working in the community, whether it's the fishermen community, for example, or the farming community, for example, or anyone who is working and trying to have an issue or trying to resolve a problem. Okay, so can you change the slides, please? Okay, so guys, we are trying our level best through multiple capacity building workshops. I guess you all must be aware of the different terms, for example, the climate action, the climate change, sustainability, biodiversity conservation. Then we have design thinking, social entrepreneurship, ecopreneurship, green businesses, and there's a lot, for example, green marketing, green HR, supply chain practices as well. So we basically train youth about these concepts, about these ideologies, and how everyone can come forward to make a real difference and can do something impactful. Okay, there are multiple initiatives. Next slide, please. So there are multiple initiatives that we are working for. There are 6 main global domains that we are working for. So we are working for oceans, we are working for fresh water, then biodiversity, forests, climate and energy, and food and agriculture. And in every domain, guys, it's the youth who is coming up with the creative ideas. It's youth who is helping us and reaching out to untapped areas. Okay, and trying to make some advocacy with the help of innovation, awareness, okay, and a community impact as well. Okay, next slide. So guys, this is what I would like to mention is that when, as it is always mentioned, that whenever there is a will, there is a way. And of course, little acts of words and little acts of kindness can make this earth an Eden, like the heaven above, if you've heard about this quote before. So this is what we are doing off. Of course, there are small steps, small initiatives that we are doing, but of course, there's a very long way. I guess all of you know about environment, know about sustainability, because of course it's SDGs and all. This summit is all about youth engaging with the SDGs. Everyone has this knowledge, but the implementation, the dissemination, that is missing. Am I right or wrong? Right? That's great. So,
You're
guys, in
absolutely right.
Pakistan, for example, we are working for different species as well. Okay, we are working to conserve Indus blind dolphin. We are working to conserve and save the green sea turtles, marfors, snow leopards. Okay, the vultures, for example. We are traveling and we are visiting different the difficult terrains, maybe going to untapped areas, for example Balochistan or Quetta or Gilgit or Skardu, where the climate is also harsh. Okay, but it's the youth whose energy, whose passion is always on the top. So kudos to everyone. Okay, moving forward. Next, these are some of the focus areas that we all are focusing on through multiple initiatives. And guys, a very small, quick heads up that of course we are also giving you the knowledge. The capacity building is of course there, but at the same time we are doing some outdoor activities as well. Where we are engaging with a number of people as well out in the community. For example, very childish I might sound, but working on initiatives, for example, kitchen gardening or urban gardening, urban plantation, or conserving the species, or beach cleanups, recycling the waste, working on circular economy, going to the vocational centers and visiting females, especially the youth there, and training that how everyone can come forward to their life. I'll give you a small example. What happened was that in Pakistan, if you talk about, there is a fisherman community that lives near the Turtle Beach. So the Turtle Beach is known for turtles, the breeding grounds for the green sea turtles. Okay, and what happens there is that in the months of monsoon, starting from June, July, August, September, the fishermen community that of course relies on fishing for their income generation, they are not supposed to go out in the water to do the fishing, because if they do that, so they are unable to do fishing throughout the year. So what happened was, when we realized that of course it's a very big problem, because people, basically a starvation period for all of them. So what we did, we engaged youth with the communities, we went to them, we have tried our level best, and we gave different education opportunities to the youth so that they can also come forward and they can earn for their living. Number one. Number two, the females over there, of course, it's a cultural norm that females are not supposed to move out. So what we did was, we opened mangrove nurseries for them. Near the Turtle Beach, we have a humongous mangrove plantation, and there, the females who are living in those underprivileged areas, we have like set mangrove nurseries for them. So we purchase mangroves from them, and then we ask the youth to plant them, and even the females are also involved, and then we are purchasing the mangroves from them as well, and then the youth is involved with the plantation drives as well. Okay, so that's how they are helping us in growing mangroves, which are of course working on controlling floods, because mangroves are such a specialized plant that of course helps us against floods. So they are working in, and as a result they are earning as well in such areas. Then of course we have done multiple trainings for the females who are the artisan women who are coming forward and making some amazing masterpieces, for example the carpets, the curtains, or the handicraft materials by the sewing machines, or the multiple stuff that we provided them. So that's how they're earning, they're living their lives, they're earning their lives by the support from youth. Okay, so that's all from my side. Youth has always been the change makers. Okay, the ones who can push boundaries, the ones who are amazing, are full of amazing ideas. Okay, which you all can come forward. You can always get connected with me wherever you want. Okay, I am a very approachable person, as a number of people say. Okay, but of course we are also a non-profit organization, so we are of course trying our level best to open ways for the youth so that everyone can come forward. Recently, we have launched a campaign by the name of Nature Clubs for Youth, which is running in cities which are a bit untapped. For example, Gilgit, Nathia Gali, or Hyderabad, like they're in Pakistan. And we are giving grants to the students, like we are giving seed funding to the students. Okay, so it's the school students, university students who are getting amounts, for example 5 lakh plus, and they have to implement, they have to execute or transform their ideas into reality. Okay, so the school students who are getting this resourceful platform where they can come forward and solve problems. For example, the waste problem in Pakistan and the water problem in Pakistan, the two main issues Pakistan is facing. Okay, so that is what we are doing. So, anyways, it was great connecting with all of you. Lots of love, best wishes, and prayers for all of you. Okay, may you all go to places. Okay, you can of course take my example as well. I started off an intern and now I am leading these campaigns. Of course, well, of course, while I'm growing up, I'm not that much old for that matter, but I get busy in some the day-to-day activities, so I really miss that creative side. And whenever I see the youth is sharing some amazing, impactful, and purposeful ideas, so that really gives shudders down my back. That of course, youth is incompatible, and of course, their efforts, their struggles, their ideas is commendable. So, thank you so much for connecting, for listening, for your cooperation. Lots of love to all of you, and thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you so much, Alisham Rose. Honestly, you are one of the speakers I've been personally waiting for because our team members, Mahesh and Simriti Lakwani, they spoke really well of you and you literally proved them right. The way you spoke about environmental education and WWF Pakistan's work is genuinely inspiring. And your passion for educating young people and supporting their innovative ideas and sustainable development is super amazing and very meaningful. Thank you so much for taking the time to share your journey and motivating students like us. It honestly means a lot. In fact, I'd love to invite you for a visit to Asia Science College and host a session in Mirpur. I think the youth of our rural community really needs to hear this. I hope you'll be up for that. So up
Yes,
next,
sure,
we
sure.
have a yeah, thank you so much. Up next, we have Aliza Ayaz. She's a passionate climate activist and the founder of Climate Action Society. She has served as the UK Youth Climate Change Champion at COP26 and is recognized as a UN youth leader in climate action. Aliza Ayaz, are you with me? Aliza, are you there? Okay, I think Alina Ayaz is not here. So I'd like to invite Sir Amar instead. Sir Amar, are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you. Please go ahead. Yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Please. So should I proceed?
Of course you can. We're really happy to have you
Fine,
on
fine,
board today.
fine. Thank you much. Right, Ji. In old man is talking to youth of Pakistan and other countries. I'm very happy to talk to you because throughout my life, I have been talking and inspired by the youth. And let me tell all of you that I think the speaker before me from Wild F, he has made my job very easy because he has linked everything which I wanted to say. So my job is very easy now. I'm a retired assistant at a general FIA, what do you call CBI in India. So I think after spending my entire life in law enforcement, I landed in the world of SDGs. I don't know how, because I observed after my retirement, throughout my life, I've been working on technology, databases, and all these things. So there I learned that if we really want some development in Pakistan, we need to orchestrate the effects of sustainable development goals with the power of technology. And all those countries which have created the balance between the society. For example, I'll give you a good example of Tokyo, their program Society 5.0. I got interacted with them in 2012. They were on that, I think, Society 2.0, but now they're on 5.0. I think so many years before they found out that as the society adopts technology, it changes its culture, values, and everything. So they are working on that. Maybe in the end part of my talk, I can talk something more on this topic. But right now, I'll start with that. Currently, I'm CEO of SDG Academy Pakistan. This is working for the last more than 10 years. And we are working with international organizations, working with the Pakistan government and all other organizations. And we have only one aim, and that is to uplift the uh, standards on which we are currently right now in Pakistan, and to take it to some better level. Let me tell you one thing, and I'm telling with I'm proud of it now, that SDGs were result of MDGs, right? All of you know that in 2000 we started MDGs. There were 8 MDGs, and when we ended in 2015, we started SDGs, and now we are looking towards 2030. Before MDGs, there was a gentleman. His name was Dr. Mehbul Haq. He was finance minister of Pakistan. Luckily, he is no more in this world now. But he gave the idea of indexing the human performance. Trust you me, I had a chance of meeting that guy and this FAST university, and he was the originator of this FAST university also. The brainchild of FAST university was from Dr. Mehbul. So he gave the idea. I'm telling it to you that the youth must understand that people were thinking on these things, right? Then finally, United Nations accepted it, and we had MDGs, and then finally, after the MDGs, we have SDGs now. There's a global feeling that the overall ranking of SDGs, overall, I'm talking about not about India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Iran, no, no, overall ranking is not going to the with the speed and pace which was conceived originally to be completed by 2030. This is general perception. So we are also part of that, and the performance is not that much good. But a silver lining is that if the big if youth of Pakistan work on the use of artificial intelligence and other emerging technologies, there are 10 emerging technologies, maybe blockchain, IoT, AR, VR, augmented reality, and now quantum computing, so many things coming up. To achieve the targets of SDGs, trust to me, we can touch the upper figure of among top 20 countries. Right now, where we are, you all know very well. I won't go into detail, right? If you see all top 3 countries of the world who are leading in SDGs, just go to the ranking and see. You'll find that there is a balance in those societies. They are using technologies to get the targets and indicator. What is the relationship between indicator and target? Every SDG has a target and every target has an indicator. Indicator exactly tell you what you need to do. Otherwise, it's all gupshup, no issues, right? So, SDG Academy has worked. We have aligned the SDG with the targets and targets with the indicators. And every indicator we are teaching to the university students, to anybody who is interested to work on that. Because we have to link the qualification and skill sets of the students in universities with the demand driven job market. Demand driven job market is not that which is being taught in our universities. All of you know better than me. When you get out from the university with 3.97 GPA and you go to the job market, you know what's happening, because you have not been educated,
We
you have not
already
been
have
trained.
enough idealist diplomats who are just trying to fit into the group, into the.
Can you repeat again? I could understand. Please, can you repeat again? Hello, was there any question? Hello, am I audible?
This is your
No, I think that was a mistake. You can
Okay,
continue.
no issue, no issue. Can the moderator tell me how much time is left for me to speak?
5 minutes, sir.
Okay, thank you much, thank you. Okay, fine. So I'll try to finish 5 minutes. So what's happening right now globally? Let's learn from the globe. We cannot reinvent the wheel now. Now, due to the war, all these things, the SDG targets, which were conceived to be achieved by 2030, is lagging behind internationally, right? So it's a you almost understand it, but we are far behind those expected targets, right? So we have to train our youth in schools. Luckily, now the government of Pakistan has started educating on SDGs at the school level also. And I think for the last 2 3 years, there have been a uh, excellent progress in this regard. But now we have to educate them, we have to create the right awareness, we have to align the demand of the industry with the education of the students. What's happening right now in the universities? When you go for your FYP, final year project, you go to your teacher and teacher guides you, okay, do this, fine, that's it. And you start doing it. Otherwise, you go to the teacher and say that my younger brother has done it, my sister has done it, I want to do this. He said, fine, go ahead. Right? It's not demand driven. What should be done? Your academia, your HODs, registrar, all these people should go to the consent chamber, meet the senior people, and ask them what is the demand for next 5 years, next 3 years, next 2 years, when next 1 year, and bring that projects from industry, give it to you, and link them and link you with the industry. So by the time you will get your degree, you'll be industry enabled person, and definitely you'll get immediately get a job. You'll get a job based on the uh, FYP, your final year project. And dear students, dear youth, please convey my message that when you decide your final year projects, that is the most critical, most important part of your life. That determines your next three generation, to be very concise, three next generation, that socially or financially where they'll be stand up. Because that is a so important decision. And I'm very sorry to inform you, it's taken very casually. So we are training the students. I think I've given my numbers and my email address. You can approach me, you can contact me, and we will try to make you industry enabled. And that is how this linkages of using emerging technology, especially artificial intelligence, with the targets of sustainability, which is again SDGs. And in the end, I'll say only one thing. We used to listen about 17 SDGs. Now it's at 18 SDG. What is 18 SDG? It's space for all. Just go to Google and write SDG 18. You know, SDG Academy has done a real service to the nation. We are among those few companies in the world who are now presenting in September in United Nations about SDG 18. If you go to the rather, if you're interested, drop me a message. I'll send you the Zoom link. On every Sunday, let me repeat again, every Sunday at 9 p.m. we have a very senior level meeting with the global stakeholders of space. Let me say something in Urdu. कलाम पाक में है, रब्बुल मशरक़ैन रब्बुल मग़रिबैन है. बता दिया गया था हमें कि एक मशरिक और एक मग़रिब नहीं है. We are living only on earth. We do not know anything about space. We do not know anything about life underwater, which is, Pakistan has got the, I think, third largest coastal line from Karachi to Gwadar. So with every coastal life, you have a wonderful species. Some speaker were talking about this fishes and turtles and all these things. This is कलाम पाक में है कि 3 गुना रिज़्क जो है वो समंदर में रखा गया है. Three times. Same applies to space now. There's a tremendous opportunities in space. So on every Sunday at 9 p.m., we have a webinar with international organizations, and we are trying to explore these two things. One is SDG 18, and one is SDG 14, life underwater. Thank you very much, organizer, for giving me the opportunity. And if there will be a question, I'll be ready to respond back. Thank you much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for giving us your time and sharing your wonderful insights. I am sure a lot of us must have learned from your talk. And thank you so much. We look forward to working with you in the future as well. With that, next up we have a passionate climate activist and the founder of Climate Action Society. She has served as the UK Youth Climate Champion at COP26 and is recognized as a UN Youth Leader in Climate Action. Join me in welcoming Aliza Ayaz. Over to you, Aliza. I'm sorry, Aliza, can you hear me?
Alina, I think that's Alina. Alina Ayaz.
Okay,
Alina Azhar, sorry, Alina Azhar Hamid. Are you with us? Alina, could the tech team please confirm if she is in the meeting?
I think she's not, but I think we can move on to another speaker for the time being.
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah, because of the technical difficulties, we'll have to move on to the next speaker. So, join me in welcoming Asadullah, who is a master's in law candidate in corporate law at the University of Hertfordshire, United Kingdom, and is currently practicing advocate with experience in taxation and regulatory matters. He's a member of the Prime Minister's National Youth Council and is associated with the World Economic Forum to the Global Shapers community. Asadullah, over to you.
Assalamu alaikum. Am I audible to you?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. So, first of all, I'm very happy to be amongst the future leaders, innovators, and leaders of the country. I would be like a kind of very informal, but the thing is, we need to understand the purpose of us being here today. So, I would like to briefly tell about myself and thank you for the generous introduction. व्हाट आई वुड से कि जब भी बात होती है एसडीजीज की तो सबसे पहला स्टूडेंट्स के माइंड में ये आता है कि इट इज़ समथिंग वेरी बिग इट इज़ द पर्पस ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट और इंस्टीट्यूशंस टू डील विद दिस आई वुड फर्स्टली से ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है एसडीजीज पे काम करना एसडीजीज को समझना ये हमारे सबकी जो है ना बस की बात है एंड गिविंग यू द एग्जांपल कि अभी हम इकट्ठे हुए we are contributing positively for the betterment for the fostering of sustainable development goals. So ये चीज़ सबसे पहले अपने माइंड से हमें निकालनी होगी कि अगर एसडीजी का नाम सुनते हैं कि we feel like it is something too big and we can't do it. Secondly, हम बात करें एसडीजीज पे 17 SDGs designed to address the world's biggest problems such as poverty, education, inequality, gender gaps and all. अगर हम बात की जाए कि ये यंग पीपल के साथ या स्टूडेंट्स स्पेशली जो यूनिवर्सिटीज़ कॉलेजेस में इनके साथ कैसे रिलेट करती है सबसे पहले जो यंग पीपल है वो एनर्जेटिक होती है पैशनेट होती है एंड दे आर फुल ऑफ क्रिएटिव आइडियाज इफ दे आर प्रोवाइडेड द राइट प्लेटफॉर्म एंड देयर ideas and their kind of whatever they are thinking are welcomed and appreciated. अगर हम बात की जाए कि as a student, as for example, studying in a college or a university, what we can do in our capacity. So I will be giving you a very brief example, very short example that you can relate to yourself. सबसे पहले अगर हम बात करें कि एजुकेशन की तो अगर a group of people, group of friends in a college or university get together, कि हम मिल के वीकेंड्स में या किसी भी दिन हमारे कम्युनिटी में जो अंडर प्रिविलेज स्टूडेंट्स है जो अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते एजुकेशन हमने जाके उनको पढ़ाना है अगर एक बंदा इफ even a single student is motivated to do this and they are joined by 10 can become a movement in a long term अगर एक मूवमेंट चले कि हमने पढ़ाना है अंडर प्रिविलेज बच्चों को उनका कुछ नहीं जा रहा द थिंग इज वो खुद स्टूडेंट है but the knowledge they have they are just passing by the knowledge उससे क्या होगा they are directly contributing to the SDG 4 that is quality education अब इसका मैं एग्जांपल इसलिए दिए क्योंकि I am myself an example back in 2011, I wanted to give education to underprivileged community, and I started that in 2012, and till today it is operational, and we have kind of educated more than 5,000 underprivileged female students especially. सेकेंडली अगर हम बात की जाए क्लाइमेट पे, बहुत ज़्यादा बात हो रही है। इफ़ वी गो बैक इन 2022, जो डिवास्टिंग फ्लड्स आए पाकिस्तान में, मोस्ट ऑफ पीपल हैव लॉस्ट देयर लाइव्स, देयर होम्स, एवरीथिंग। सो बात पे ये समझने की ज़रूरत है कि एसडीजी इज़ नॉट जस्ट अबाउट प्रोटेक्टिंग एनवायरनमेंट, इट इज़ अ टाइम व्हेन it is about protecting our lives, protecting our infrastructure and all. अगर बात की जाए कि क्लाइमेट की, for example, I had been part of the last summit that you have that was focused on that I spoke on the climate. अगर group of people, friends in a university or a college get together कि हमने अपने community को साफ रखना है, starting with the very basic, एक दो, and if turns into 10, into 100, it will keep on growing. The thing is, all it needs a passion of one individual with the right set of idea and a dedication and devotion. अगर आप कुछ अच्छा करना चाहते हो एंड इफ यू हैव द विल पावर, आपके साथ लाइक माइंडेड पीपल खुद ही कनेक्ट होना शुरू हो जाते हैं, और एक से दो, दो से चार होते होते इट टर्न्स इनटू अ मूवमेंट। अगर हम हिस्ट्री में देखें, एवरी बिग चेंज इन द वर्ल्ड started with the young mind, the students at the university or the college level. If you look at the history, ज़्यादातर जो लीडर्स बने दुनिया के, they had been part of the student politics in universities. They were active. It does shows that student has the power when it is given a good direction. अगर उसके बाद बात की जाए, स्टूडेंट दे जो पढ़ रहे, एआई पढ़ रहे, कंप्यूटर साइंस पढ़ रहे, you have the platform, you have the ideas. It's the age of science and technology, AI and whatever, it's advancing by each passing day. Work on the idea that you have, trust yourself, build something new, you can do it. उसके बाद let me connect that to, again, I'm member of the World Economic Forum, Global Shapers. I have done 2 of the project for the World Economic Forum, and that was recognized. हमने क्या किया, simply awareness create की in universities, seminars arrange करवाए, and we contributed, distributed almost 1,200 plants among the general public. And that was the kind of my project that I did, and it was successful. The World Economic Forum has accepted that one. समझाने का मतलब ये है कि मैं आई एम स्पीकिंग एट द वेरी बेसिक लेवल कि ये कोई मुश्किल काम नहीं है, एवरीवन कैन डू इट। अभी आप जो लोग यहाँ पे, यू कैन बिकम अ ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल टुगेदर, स्टार्ट विद द वेरी बेसिक, अपनी कम्युनिटी को साफ रखना है, कचरा नहीं होने देना। And if you take the responsibility with 2 to 10, and it will get into multiplication because the purpose is very right. बड़े नहीं कर रहे, गवर्नमेंट नहीं कर रही, it is not the time to wait for to get older कि अभी तो हम स्टूडेंट है, अभी तो हमें बड़ा होना है, अभी हमें एक्सपीरियंस लाना है। इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट, एंड देयर इज नो सच काइंड ऑफ राइट टाइम। यू हैव टू टेक द टाइम, यूटिलाइज द टाइम इन अ बेटर वे एंड मेक इट राइट। अगर आप कोई बेहतर काम करते हो, जो आपके एल्डर्स है, बी इफ यू टॉक अबाउट यूनिवर्सिटी या कॉलेज में या कम्युनिटी में हो, दे विल आल्सो ज्वाइन यू एंड दे विल हेल्प यू इन द बेटर वे पॉसिबल। उसके अलावा आई वुड टेल दैट आई एम द मेंबर ऑफ द प्राइम मिनिस्टर्स नेशनल यूथ काउंसिल, an advisory body to the Prime Minister of Pakistan. उसका brief में अगर बताऊं, they work on 4 E's: education, engagement, environment and employment. They have lots of activities, lots of initiatives that are provided across the country. For example, अगर हम बात की जाए, सबको ही पता होगा, Prime Minister's laptop scheme that falls under the Prime Minister National Youth Council. There are lots of activities. I will be keep sharing with you people, like if somebody can connect with me. बहुत सारे ऐसे प्लेटफॉर्म्स है, बहुत सारे ऐसे पाकिस्तान के अंदर है इनिशिएटिव्स उठाने के लिए, दे वेलकम यू। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर हम बात करें प्राइम मिनिस्टर प्रोग्राम की, इफ यू हैव अ आइडिया that is worth it, that is sustainable, that can create long term benefit for the community and for in terms of finance, NAFTEC, they will directly engage with the NAFTEC. आप idea pitch करते हो, and if the idea is worth it, they approve it. You are given 2 million grants without interest. That is something very big. उसके अलावा बहुत सारे ऐसे इनिशिएटिव्स है, जिस तरह के प्राइम मिनिस्टर प्रोग्राम के थ्रू जो लोग लाइक वन इज द मेरिट बेस्ड लैपटॉप डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, अब नया उन्होंने शुरू किया हुआ है. इफ समबडी वांट्स अ लैपटॉप और वो अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकता, वो इंटरेस्ट फ्री इंस्टॉलमेंट्स पे भी ले सकता है. इसके अलावा इन्वायरमेंट के रिलेटेड, एजुकेशन के रिलेटेड बहुत सारी ऐसे इवेंट्स हो रहे होते हैं, बहुत सारी इसे एंगेजमेंट यूथ के हो रहे होते हैं all the time almost, especially they are based in Islamabad, but बाकी प्रोविंसेस में भी हो रहे होते हैं. Just do connect with them. जो इनिशिएटिव्स हो रहे होते हैं, आपका काम ये नहीं है कि जैसे कि एक फेमस सेइंग है, ask not what the country can give you, tell what you can give to your country. So ये बात बताए कि अगर आज यहाँ पे मैं देख रहा हूँ काफ़ी ज़्यादा आई हैव फेसेस दैट आई कैन रिकॉग्नाइज. मैं जो आप लोग की एफर्ट्स देख रहा हूँ फ्रॉम द लास्ट 2 years स्पेशली, it was a kind of starting from scratch. And today, you people are successful in gathering people from across Pakistan and even from across the border. ये क्या है? It is your effort, it is your willpower to create something, to do something better. और जब आप कोई काम अच्छा करना चल पड़ते हो, right people always connect with you and you make a difference. अगर आज आप लोग, क्योंकि I've been looking at the people who are kind of invited today, they are very high profile people or kind of at a young age they are doing very great. और मेरे से पहले जो the one is honorable, he was delivering a speech that was to the point and it was like something very fascinating. मैंने सीखा है उनसे. उससे पहले वर्ल्ड जो है ना, बाकी जो थे उनसे भी सीखा है. So in short, there are lots of opportunities youth के लिए. Youth has to take the chance, take the opportunity खुद. Take an idea, खुद बनाओ and work on it. इट्स नॉट लाइक रोम वाज नॉट बिल्ट इन अ डे. एक दिन में सब कुछ नहीं होता कि वीस्टर हमारा जो यंग है जेनजीज को अगर हम बात की जाए, इशू ये होता है कोई आइडिया शुरू करते हैं और हमें जो है ना आइडिया, वी स्टार्ट फ्रॉम स्टेप 1, हमें जल्दी होती है टू गेट इनटू द स्टेप 100. दैट्स नॉट अ थिंग टू हैपन. स्टार्ट, गो स्लो एंड स्टेडी, give your idea time. It will with the passage of time get mature. That is all what I want to say is. So right now I'm in the United Kingdom. I'm pursuing my master's and there are lots of opportunities over here as well. There are lots of events happening here. So these are all things that I can say. Further, मैंने इतना basic level पे इसलिए बात की क्योंकि we are all students, we are all learning from each other. हमें जो है ना बड़ों के लिए सोचना या गवर्नमेंट लेवल पे सोच के कि वो हमारे लिए क्या करेंगे, वो हमें इनवाइट करेंगे तो फिर हम कुछ करेंगे. मैं I don't believe in it. I believe that young people have the power to bring a positive and sustainable solution to every problem. So and young people का इस एज में काम यही है to provide sustainable solution. That is one thing. और इस एज में the one who start project, the one who does something for the community, in the long run they are going to be paid very much. In all terms, I'm saying. So you have to take the lead and you can do better. We as a group over here, I can be kind of joining you people or you can joining me. We can sit together and make something positive. और जहाँ तक बात आ जाती है प्राइम मिनिस्टर यूथ प्रोग्राम की, नेशनल यूथ काउंसिल, the main thing is that we contribute is the policy making. Being an advocate, मैं समझता हूँ सबसे important चीज़ है policy. अगर policy बेहतर बनती है, हाँ ये बात अगर हम realistically कीजिए उस policy पे कितना implement होता है नहीं होता, that is something separate. और बात है अगर policy in line है, that is fit for the current time, उससे बहुत सारी चीज़ें जो improve होती है. पाकिस्तान की पॉपुलेशन की अगर बात की जाए, इट्स मोर देन 63% जो यंग पीपल की पॉपुलेशन है. तो अगर यंग पीपल इस मुल्क के लिए लीड नहीं लेंगे, यंग पीपल एनर्जेटिकली कोई इनिशिएटिव नहीं लेंगे, so who is going to do that? So it is our responsibility being youth of Pakistan that we do not need to wait. We have to take the initiative ourselves. We need to come up with initiative. We need to bring ideas that can work. और ये ऐसी कोई बात नहीं कि for example we need to be at the perfect age, we need to be at the perfect career in time to do something better. ऐसी कोई बात नहीं होती. You have to make the right time yourself. At this time हमें पता ही नहीं होता कि what our career will be what our future will be. ये प्रेशर होता है, बट इट्स वेरी नॉर्मल, ये सबके साथ होता है. मेरा ये एक लास्ट आई वुड कंक्लूड ऑन दिस, being young people, you must always be on yes to any kind of positive initiative activity that must be happening. You must always say yes. People around you are doing good, you must always say yes to join them. And even most importantly, if it is about sports, कोई स्पोर्ट्स की एक्टिविटी हो रही है, स्पोर्ट्स, यू मस्ट ऑलवेज बी सेइंग यस. बिकॉज ये जो टाइम है आप लोग का, ये बाद में आपको रियलाइज होगा this is the right time. I am very serious. This is the right time for you to take any kind of initiative, to take any kind of your idea to turn into reality. Just take the step. Right people will connect with you, and you would be doing great. And lastly, I would say, with the platform of Prime Minister Youth Program and with the platform of World Economic Forum, if there is anything in my capacity, and I'm always there, and I would be very happy to connect with you people and be available to you people. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Asadullah Karotim, for joining us. It was amazing hearing from you. Now, I'd like to invite Alina Azhar Hamid. She's a winner of the Diana Award and 25 under 25, a global advocate of peace, and an international relations student. Alina, welcome on board.
Hello, Bhavna. Thank you so much for having me here today. And hello to everyone in this room. It's been like an hour that I've joined in the meeting, and I must say that I'm so happy and so proud to see that there's so many young minds who've come together and are actually talking about change, and how we can become the change that we're always talking about. So, my journey as a social worker started when I was 11 years old. And back in 2010, there were these devastating floods that had hit major areas of Pakistan. And it was during that time when I started my fundraising for them. And since that time, I continued my work. And by the age of 17, I was able to find my first nonprofit organization in Pakistan that is also currently focusing on SDG 1, 4, and 5. And I moved to Turkey when I was only 19 years old, and that was for my undergraduate studies. And that is something that I would really like to bring up since we're talking about interculturalism. So, you know that being a 19 years old, when you're moving to another country, starting everything from scratch and leading an independent life, that is when I realized something very important, that the borders that we see on maps should only be on the map and not in our mindsets. I would be sitting with people who wouldn't speak my language, or I used to become friends with people who wouldn't share the same faith as me. But there was still something that was, bringing us all together, and that was the thread of humanity. That's when you learn that value should be above everything. And when you talk about interculturalism, it's not just about being tolerable. It's actually about engagement. We unfortunately living in times when people have this mindset that you don't owe anything to anybody. That is not true. Having a community is very important, and being there for each other is equally important. Every human being who's existing in this world deserves basic human rights and human dignity. And we and we all should make sure that we are also playing our part in that, because when we talk about authorities, or when we talk about change, it's not always going to happen that you're going to have one leader one day who's going to come with a magic word and change everything. Change needs to start from within. I always say this thing that if my work is impacting or actually changing the life of even one individual in a positive way, then imagine what the work of an entire community can do. And being a global citizen, I can tell you this thing, that many people come to me, many youth leaders, like all of you people, or many social workers, when they come to me, they ask me this question that, how can I become a global citizen? And I always tell them this thing, that when you start caring about people who are suffering, who are dying, or who are being exploited in other part of the world, and you see them as equals, you want to do something for them, even as small as raising a voice for them, that is already something that makes you a global citizen. And you don't need to start from a very big place. You need to take the small steps for yourself in your life. If you want to be successful, people are not always going to come to you with opportunities. You need to start for your own self, and trust me that self belief is the key for everything. I've been at a point in my life when I thought that my dreams were way too big for people. They would be telling me this thing, that you cannot achieve this, you cannot do that, you're a girl, or whatever. all the stereotypes that we grew up with. But I had that self belief in myself, and I knew that even if I want to achieve the world, it should be me who should have the willpower. People's opinion do not always matter. If someone's opinion is actually adding up to your work, to your skill, or your plans, it's good enough. You should listen to them. But if it's just like an outside noise, you know how to build that barrier. And one important thing that I've also learned from my journey is that being a global citizen does not mean that you need to push behind the fact where you're coming from. You don't know if I'm speaking on global platforms, if I'm working with different organizations like the Diana Award organization or the Gandhi Mandela Foundation, I do not need to hide the fact that I come from Pakistan. That is my country, that is my identity, and I need to be proud of that. But what is important for me is to take the best of my culture, the best of my heritage, and contribute that to the world. Many times when I work with people from different countries or from different parts of the world, there is a lot that I have to learn from them. And sometimes they bring me ideas, sometimes they show me like a completely different perspective to life that's actually helping me, getting better at my work and vice versa. So, one important thing that I really want to tell all of you people, as you are the youth and the future of our country and the wider world, is that we need to grow together. We need to thrive together as a society and as the youth population of the entire world, not just our communities. It's not about competing, it's always about collaborating. Like we live in times when unfortunately people are only competing within one another, they're not collaborating and seeing how far we can go together. There's like a lot of outside noise, there's a lot of hate, there's a lot of extremism, and especially in South Asia, that holds us back and that actually wastes the potential of a lot of people. So, guys, as we are in this conversation together, I want all of you people to tell me that what do you think is the idea of being a global citizen? Is there anyone who would like to answer that?
I think being a global citizen means taking small steps to make an impact in your community. It doesn't necessarily have to be some sort of huge step.
Yes, exactly. Yes, and it's Mubina Fatima who wants to say something. Please go ahead.
Well, thank you so much, Alina, for taking me on board. Uh, from the very start of the summit, we are
Students.
to have a look on the SDGs, especially
I'm sorry, I'm not able to hear you.
the especially we are talking about the
I'm sorry, I'm not able to hear you.
am I audible to you? In context with the that is how uh, we can.
I'm sorry,
Yes,
we're
am
not
I
able to hear
audible
you
to everyone?
correctly. No.
Yes.
Mr. Amar Jafri, you can go ahead.
Yeah, please, Alina. Thank you very much, Alina, for a very wonderful talk. My understanding of global citizen is that when you talk on SDGs, you are feeling that think globally, act locally. So I
Yes.
think SDG by default itself pushes you towards thinking globally, and I think it's the only way to bring progress in your life, in your organization life, and in your country, and globally also. So I think this is a wonderful talk, and I'm so amazed that our youth is really doing something very fantastic. But please try to this is my message to all of you. Please try to be problem solver.
Yeah.
Very shortly there is going to be an era in which there will be no PhD on physics, chemistry, or mathematics. It will be PhD on solar, PhD on life underwater, PhD on SDG 15, life on Earth. Trust you me, this is not very far. 3 years before, 4 years before, there'll be graduation on specific problem solving, and that's what I tried to convey into my talk. Thank you, Rina. Excellent work. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mr. Amar Rafi. It was a pleasure from hear from you, and we're definitely looking up to you always to learn from you. And there is a question in the comment section which is asking me that why are people in South Asia so extremist? I think that one of the reasons behind it, from in my opinion, is that especially the media, it's always amplifying stuff that they should not. They're always promoting hate, and also some states their policies are very extremist when it comes to each other. And we shouldn't be talking about hate or all of these things, but let me just tell you this thing, guys, that humanity everywhere is the same. Human beings everywhere is are the same. It's just that people, unfortunately, in South Asia, they are just thriving on each other's failures, and that is also something that our states are following. So I would always tell this thing to you people, that whenever you hear about anything, be it a policy, be it a political instability or anything, you should always have your own research. Don't just believe anything you see on social media and also the mainstream media today. You should put in the effort, try to learn about anything that's happening around the world, and you will get your answers. Okay, Miss Amna, you have something to say. Please go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to contribute to the previous question you said. So, can
Hmm.
I please contribute?
Sure, please.
Well, thank you so much. Um, uh, in my POV, what I truly believe is that global citizenship basically means that what part we are putting into as being a citizen of our globe, and what sort of change and what sort of impact we are giving, what sort of measures we are taking to make the globe sustainable and preferable for all of them. I think that's what global citizenship basically means, and what we should, work on, and how should we work on, and that's the main reason with what SDGs teaches us. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I really admire everything that you have said. And honestly, guys, one thing that I want to say is that since most of us here are from Pakistan and India, so we need to know this thing, that apart from everything that we talk from the policies perspective or from the government perspective, we also need to know that being a citizen of our countries or the globe, there are certain responsibilities that also fall on us. And if I believe that I am privileged enough, or I'm educated enough, or I've had opportunities and facilities that others do not, then I should try in my best capabilities to create those opportunities for those people. Because it's not that we lack potential, it's not that we lack talent, but what we lack actually is visibility and equality and opportunity for people. Like if I talk about the youth of Pakistan, or if I talk about the youth of India, then हम लोग की कंट्रीज में जो यूथ है वो सिर्फ बड़े शहरों के अंदर लाहौर, इस्लामाबाद, कराची, मुंबई, दिल्ली तक नहीं रहती. It also lives in Balochistan, it also lives in Kashmir, it also lives in other parts of our country जो कि रूरल एरियाज हैं जहाँ पर इतनी ज़्यादा फैसिलिटीज़ नहीं होती लोगों के लिए. you know so since we have platforms, since we have opportunities, we should try our best so we can also keep them engaged in these things. you know okay, and Ziaullah, please, from Afghanistan, please go ahead.
Very
Alina, I
much.
think you shouldn't take any more questions because
Okay.
it's already too late. We need to wind up. So you can give a closing note and then we can move forward. Thank you so much. I'm really sorry for interruption.
So
You're
can
most
I go
welcome. It's
ahead?
okay. And yes, and I hope that we can just, continue with these sessions. So everything that you people have in your questions, you can ask me or anybody else that you want to. And guys, just leaving, the session, I want to say that I see the passion, I see the fire in all of you people, and I just want to say this thing, that never give up on this. Just believe in yourself, because it's always said that when people do not believe in yourself, you should believe in your potential, your capabilities, and your dreams. And if you have the consistency, If you are honest enough and you're hardworking towards whatever goals you have in your life, you are going to be there, and dreams do come true. So you are going to be in places where you were dreaming for about today. So don't give up on this thing. And if you ever need my help, if you ever need my guidance, if you ever want to be a part of my organization, Astra Pakistan and Astra Turkey, working in Pakistan and Turkey, I'm just a message away. I've shared my link in the comment section, and I'll be looking forward to hear from anybody of you who wants to be a part and wants to contribute.
Yeah, thank you so much, Alina. You can drop the links of your organization in the chat box. Our students and delegates would love to join you. Okay, boom, this is over now. Finally, I can imagine around like an hour or two ago, we were just panicking about our speeches. When will the influencers arrive? And there we go. It's finally done. So guys, I want you to have a big smile on your face, even if it's fake. We're gonna have a group picture. I want everyone to look professional. Be settled up. Put your food plates down. Put your coffee mugs aside, and be ready for the picture. Tech team, let me know when you are done with the picture. Are we done, guys? Yeah, I think yes. Okay, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. To all the influencers, to all the delegates, this brings us to the end of day one. Does anyone have an ending note for us? But please keep it short.
भाई अगर मुझे इजाजत दें एंडिंग नोट के लिए तो एक 30 सेकंड्स के
Yeah,
लिए
sure.
अच्छा मेरे क्लोजिंग रिमार्क्स ये होंगे कि आई एम सो मोटिवेटेड कि जो हमारी यूथ है चाहे वो पाकिस्तान की हो कहीं की भी हो वो पॉजिटिव सोच रही है वो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग की तरफ सोच रही है वो मसाइल को हल करने की तरफ सोच रही है और वो दूर रख रही है अपने आप को बहस मुबाहिसे से या उन तमाम नॉन इश्यूज से जिसने माजी के अंदर हमें परेशान किया कीप इट अप कीप इट अप कीप इट अप थैंक यू वेरी मच थैंक यू
Thank you so much,
I
sir.
also want to say something, a
Yeah,
very
sure.
few
Of
lines.
course.
Thank you so much. I would like to say that uh, the plain fact or the real fact is that this planet Earth does not need more successful people having degrees, distinctions, uh, but it desperately needs the peacemakers, the healers, the restorers, the storytellers, and the lovers of all and every kind. And this planet actually needs the people having the moral courage and the willingness, especially to listen to each other and willingness to show care, empathy, sympathy, to make this world a happy place to live. And these qualities, honestly telling you, have less to do with the degrees and the success as we define it, and more to do with the tender heart that really cares. And that's all what I wanted to say at the end. Thank you so much for having me on board.
Thank you so much, Mobina, for joining us. I hope you all will spread the word about Global Youth SDG Summit.
Machim, do it again.
Sorry. Okay, I think that was an interruption. So I hope you all will share the word about Global Youth SDG Summit in your communities and in your society. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in the future and collaborating with everyone in the future and make an impact. Thank you, everyone. You can start leaving. Bye bye. Have a great day.
Machim, are you still here? Okay, team. Thank you everyone for participating. Wonderful job.
best first day. Nicely managed, everyone. Tech team, host, everyone did great job.
Okay, thank you. Allah Hafiz.
Heads of me, Prakash, you guys are actually rocking. Good job, good job. अमर साहब आप इधर हैं? कैन यू हियर मी अमर साहब?
जी मैं इधर ही हूँ, बोले बोले।
सर ये हमारे पास जो यूथ काम कर रही है मेरे पास में विद लव कि अगर कुछ इनके लिए ऐसा कोई प्लेटफॉर्म पे हम काम कर सकें ताकि इनको रिकग्निशन वगैरह मिले। वी आर फ्रॉम अ स्मॉल टाउन, या कभी
जी
आप सिंध आते हैं तो हमारे पास विजिट करें बिल्कुल।
नहीं नहीं, मैं इंशाल्लाह ज़रूर आऊँगा। बल्कि आपके एक बड़े एक्टिव बंदे जिन्होंने मुझे इसका बताया था आज, वो हमारे साथ रोज़ वेबिनार्स में होते हैं। एक्चुअली हम रोज़ सुबह 8 बजे, रोज़ रात को 8 बजे वेबिनार पे होते हैं। आप मुझे मैसेज कर दें, मैं आपको उसका परमानेंट लिंक है उसका वो, और उसमें हम यूथ के ही मसाइल को ज़्यादा हल करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। ठीक है? अगर आपके पास मेरा नंबर नहीं है तो आप लिख लें मेरा नंबर।
जी बताइए।
0300
ओके
855
ओके
1479। आप मुझे मैसेज कर दें व्हाट्सएप पे। मेरा एक इसका जो है ना, ये मीरपुर खास का भी ग्रुप बना हुआ है मेरा, डिस्ट्रिक्ट का। मैं वो भी आपको बता दूंगा, और ये जो हमारा जूम लिंक है ये बता दूंगा आपको। ठीक है? हम एक ऐसा सिस्टम बना रहे हैं कि यूथ है वो ये नौकरी के चक्कर में ना पड़े, वो अपना बिजनेस करे। तो फिर इंशाल्लाह जब आप सुबह ज्वाइन करेंगे फिर मैं आपको बताऊंगा उसके अंदर। ठीक है? बहुत शुक्रिया आपका, थैंक यू वेरी मच, थैंक यू।
हेलो टेक टीम। टेक 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 टेक।
ओ
हाँ भाई भी कोई भी आउटसाइडर है तो अरे लाइव रिकॉर्डिंग एंड करो।
ओ